Saturday Night Virus begins now.
This is as disorganized as it comes.
There it is. That's great. That's great. That's great.
All right. So you want to start the show? You just want to bring it down a little? All right. What's going on? It's Bill Burr, Joe DeRosa. You're listening to Uninformed on December 22nd, sort of.
This is a pre-recorded Christmas episode.
Yeah. So, Jesus, for all we know, Joe, we're dead right now.
I know.
This studio could have blown up.
Wouldn't that be awesome if we died and you just said that and then people were listening to it?
How
and
great.
It was like a Tupac thing where they were like, fuck.
Well, how great would our ratings be? They
really
did one
good.
more show. It was eerie. It was almost like they knew they were going to die.
And on the special, they're showing the zoom out of the black and whites of us.
Dude, if we both died, do you think we would even make it into any newspaper? What newspaper and what page?
I think
40-something is what I'm thinking.
My local paper from my neighborhood already did a cover story on me, so I think I would get at least a little.
You get the front page.
Something.
On your town paper?
I got the front page of the weekend insert for my local
Dude, that's
town
when you
paper.
know you're a complete failure, is if you die way too soon and you came from a little shit-ass town and they don't even have the decency to put you on the front page. Did you hear about Joe DeRosa? Oh, my God, it was so tragic. He was driving down the turnpike.
Wait, who?
Huh?
Who died?
Joe DeRosa.
Who is it?
I know that you say, oh, yeah, that guy, I remember him. I like how he broke character, like I didn't even know you were playing along. I'm like, what? Huh? I really am the worst.
You'd be no good on Curb Your Enthusiasm, Bill.
Hey, I'm not like those improv guys.
You wouldn't know what to
I'm
do.
a stand-up comedian. I need it all prepared. I really do.
Speaking of which, Bill Burr killing it on stage last night.
Not last night.
Not last 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks. Do the math. 15 days ago.
Whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah, I got to tell everybody who showed up. Jesus Christ, I hope I do that well the rest of the weekend. But no, man, I had a great time 2 weekends ago on stage. I really was. You know what's funny, Danny? Joe came out on what was it, Friday night? Friday, he comes out the first show. It was so hilarious. Like Doug Senier is opening for me. So Doug literally goes up, does his 5 minutes, and the time it takes him to bring Joe up and just walk to the green room, which is literally like a 16-second walk.
Yeah.
Doug comes walking in, and I'm like, yeah, hey Doug, how's the crowd? He's like, oh yeah, they're pretty good. And then you just hear Joe go, you're a fucking asshole. Just is screaming. I thought he was literally yelling at somebody in the crowd, and I ran out there thinking how did he get that? What did the person say? How did he get that mad that quick? And it just turned out he was just doing a joke. But he was so loud the first show, he was just screaming all his jokes.
We figured out, Billy and I talked about this last night, and you said, and it's true, if you're, as a comic, if you're in the city for too long, like you said.
Like how long you 6 weeks straight?
A month and a half I've been here. I've been on the road in a month and a half. I'm going on the road next week. I can't wait. But, or excuse me, I'm going on the road a week ago.
And how did that work out, Joe? You feel a lot more relaxed?
Strangely enough, I can't remember a thing about the gig right now. I've been in the city, it's about 6 weeks, 7 weeks, and you get so fucking wound up, dude. And you're doing every night, on a Monday night, I did 3 shows this week, and it's just
you're overworked.
You just get crazy. You just gotta. You're like, I gotta get up, I gotta kill, I gotta get up, and you just go nuts, man. You don't settle into anything.
So he goes up there, and he's just, it's like a 8 o'clock crowd Friday, so they're already a little more conservative. The 8 o'clock crowd, they want to get home so they can go to sleep afterwards, and he's just up there just screaming at them. So I actually gave him the halftime speech. I'm like, dude, you're yelling at him, and he thought I was just breaking his balls. But he went up there, and then the next show he was relaxed, and he totally got him. They really liked him, and then when he yelled, it had the power. And he was so amped up that he was doing so well that he actually went overly nice. Like when he outroed his show, he's like, hey, thanks a lot. You guys are great. Have a nice holiday. Everybody get home safe. Don't go swimming 15 minutes after you eat. He just went overly positive.
Weren't you telling me the other day, though, that Joe went on some anti-religion tirade opening for you?
Yeah, I
That was
man,
Thursday night.
dude, it was he's like, yeah, Thursday.
But wait.
He's ending his show. He's doing a joke. There was a point behind it, but it was just like, I mean, I don't want to do your bit to ruin, but he was basically.
I'll do my bit.
Okay.
I'll do the bit. There's a point
Can you
to
please do it at the volume that you were doing it at?
The way I do it is I tell a Jesus joke, right? And then
People groan.
the crowd either groans or laughs. So depending on what they react, how they react, I'll either go, I'm glad you guys laugh because people usually say you can't make fun of Jesus. Or if they groan, I'll go, why are you groaning? You can't make fun of Jesus? And I go, fuck you, fuck Jesus, right? And then they usually groan, and I go, fuck Jesus. Fuck, Jesus can suck my dick. Fuck Jesus up his ass.
Now just picture him doing all this, but screaming.
Right?
And not even aware that he's
and then
yelling.
I yell at the ceiling. You know, if you're so powerful, come down here and do something about it, bitch. Fuck you, Jesus. You're pussy. Whatever, blah, 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 whatever. And then the crowd groans.
So you see the comedy,
But
right?
then I go, but here's the point of it. Then I go, do you feel how tense it is in here right now? It's very tense. And then I go, watch this. Fuck Muhammad. Nobody gives a shit. Fuck Buddha. Nobody cares. Fuck Allah. And then I go through all the other religions. And that's the funny part of it. That's when people start laughing like, oh, I get it. Like,
but he's standing there
it's
like
the taboo of one guy versus not taboo of all the other guys.
In his head, he's being conversational. So he's got like his body language that he's conversational, but he's up there screaming, you know, fuck Buddha. Fuck Allah. Fuck him in the ass. See? It doesn't make a difference. He was just, dude, the second you were like that, I'm like, Joe is a louder guy, but he's never this loud. I knew it because I get in those modes, man, where if I'm doing the road too much,
Yeah.
I call it robot mode, and I just get up there and I'm just trapped in my act, and I hate my act, and I'm just like, I'm like a blown speaker when I'm up there. I'm just screaming my stuff. But I got to tell you, Joe, 2 weeks ago, you were very, no, man, you actually were, you were borderline pleasant.
Well, dude, when I got back from my last trip on the road, that's how I was. Like, I was very calm and I was very pleasant. I was smiling and very relaxed. And
you wore a sweater?
Feeling good, yes. I wore a sweater, maybe even a collared shirt under it. You know, I didn't care. I felt good. And then, you know, you just get so goddamn tense over the course of the 6 weeks in the city. So, you know, I was glad you said that to me. It brought me back, it reeled me back in. And I was like, oh, yeah, he's right. Because I caught myself the other night. I was at the Laugh Factory.
I got to be honest with you,
Joe. I
Joe.
was just screaming in the middle of my act. I'm like, what the fuck am I screaming about right now?
Well, half of it is because I like you. The other half was I really didn't want to sit in the green room and listen to you scream all weekend. Fuck Jesus.
It'll be good by the time if that Dallas thing works out. I'll be
Dude, it did work out. Come on, man. Let's just play along. There's plenty of truckers who just tuned in. Let's just act like it really is December 22nd.
Well, Dallas wouldn't.
Are
be
you
till...
fanning yourself? It really is hot in here.
Hot in here.
What's going on?
Unfortunately, there's nothing I could do about that.
Wow, we just have no budget on the show, do we?
Nothing.
There's nothing you can do. There's not even a
can
vent.
Make nothing happen.
If I even try to touch the thermostat, I will get shit for it on Monday.
Okay. And we were going to order pizza, too, which will add to the heat in here. So let's go with something else. Want to order a fruit cup, Joe?
I want to order a new producer, Bill. How about that? Somebody that can get things done.
Can you imagine saying that 3 days before Christmas?
All right, I'll be back here at 9 o'clock for when I have to be live. So have fun, guys.
Come on,
Joe DeRosa biting the hand that feeds.
Was that too mean? I was just joking.
You know what,
that
Joe?
mean?
I can give you this. At least you didn't yell it.
I thought you.
Thank God for that
I
trip
thought you were gonna
to
jump
Dallas
on
that you
deck.
haven't taken yet.
And you're gonna jump on deck. Oh
No, you know why? Because I noticed I was kind of fucking with him in the lobby. Because,
He looked mad in the
He
lobby.
didn't look, I did kind of one of these exaggerated, like, where the hell you been, Danny? Because we were kind of waiting for him for a few minutes, and there wasn't even an ounce of
He
smile.
didn't smirk.
So I was just like, all right.
And when he walked in, I went, well, and he just was like,
We got nothing. We got nothing
looked
from you,
down.
Danny.
No, you know what? I was just the traffic had really pissed me off, and like usually I'm in a fuck around mood all the time. I just did
Actually,
not
that's not true. The last couple of times we've started this show, you were screaming at that fat Asian woman. Remember that?
Well,
on
she
the
was
side of the road.
Well, she was fucking blocking the
she's
spot.
a cunt.
She was a cunt, and she still is a cunt. I hope she's in pieces somewhere right now.
You know what? I think that's what got Joe yelling on stage. That confrontation. You haven't been out of the city since then, right?
No,
That's what started it.
No, I was really getting balled up around that period, and I don't think it stopped until last night.
0 to
until
60.
2 weeks ago, excuse me.
Joe DeRosa.
I got a temper. What can I do? You know what's funny? You want to talk about temper?
Count to 10.
I've been playing Guitar Hero 3, and I'm stuck on fucking... What are you laughing at? That wasn't a shitty segue.
It wasn't. No, I was just laughing. at how horrible you are, Guitar Hero.
Oh, all right. I thought you were making fun of me, like doing a bad segue. That wasn't a bad segue. I really just
Yeah,
thought
because I thought it went in nice and smooth,
Yeah.
and now you've totally just blown it up. That you deliberately.
I'm just thinking about Joe just, playing Guitar Hero naked on a leather couch, just screaming at his television.
Dude, I get so mad at it, and the song I'm stuck on now is "Talk Dirty to Me" by Poison. So not only,
Isn't that like one of the first songs?
yeah,
too?
shut your mouth. Not only am I furious at the fucking game and I'm screaming at it, my neighbors are hearing "Talk Dirty to Me" over and over again. They must think I'm the biggest queer over there.
Well, I'm sure my neighbors love me playing fucking Rock Band. It's a, it's a little plastic drum kit, so, and with a kick pedal. So I'm aside from playing the actual drums in my apartment, I have now this.
How
fucking
accurate
plastic kit.
is you must destroy on the drum kit? It must be easy if you already know how to play drums, right?
I played that in the store. I didn't like it. I thought it was
It's
stupid.
interesting. I mean, it does teach you the basics. I mean, it's not going to teach you everything, but it if you could swing the game on expert, you kind of know your way around a set.
Do you think this game is actually going to lead kids to actually learn how to play guitar?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's been. I saw an article the other day where guitar instruction has actually been boosted by games like Guitar Hero.
Oh,
and
that's
Rock Band.
good. Then I don't mind, because I got to admit, dude, I've been trashing the game, just going like, why the hell don't you really just play real guitar? But I actually saw in there like the fans booing you and sharing that. That's actually funny as hell to me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
it's awesome.
It
How arrogant was that? I actually give it my approval. Really, Bill?
it's kind of nice that younger kids find the inspiration through the video. I mean, because now at least they're not just playing video games and not playing real instruments. Like, this is actually sparking some kind of creative interest.
I will say, dude, it is a very mind-stimulating game. Like, the concentration it takes and the hand-eye coordination, levels
to
any
play
other game
Talk
I've played.
Dirty to Me over and over again
Well, the funny part is,
incorrectly.
it'd be easier to just play Talk Dirty to Me on a real fucking guitar than it is on
What
a
is that riff?
goddamn guitar.
Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na.
Dude, it's so hard on the
Isn't that
game.
just kind of repeated? Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. There's like two extra notes
no,
in the
it's
end.
ba 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 ba
Oh God! And you
There it is.
there's a little slide, couple of slides. Hey, Ricky Rocket.
I think it'd be easier to play that on regular guitar than
I
it is
said
on
it,
that
Joey.
goddamn-
Get the help. Oh, Jesus Christ! Do you have to do that part? That what is it?
Well,
Cecil DeVille?
it's just a long note, and then you whammy bar it.
to get your star
Looks
power.
like you're masturbating.
That's the one thing I don't like. I don't like how it's not like a man-sized guitar either. It's that little
Yeah.
plastic thing. I will
Yeah.
tell you what's funny is the commercial for Guitar Hero, though, when Slash comes out of that person's body, like you got like the nerd playing it. The second like Slash grabs that plastic hunk of shit, just the way he holds it, it looks like a Les Paul,
It's like
doesn't it?
instant credibility.
Yeah,
to the
and
game, right?
his whole stance, just everything.
Yeah, when I
He's
hold
like,
it, it looks like when Phil Collins plays the tennis racket in that Genesis video.
But I'll tell you something. The guitar that comes with
it's a
Rock
great
Band
reference.
is actually it's a pretty accurate replica of a Fender Strat. It's a 3/4 size Fender Strat. It's just made of plastic, but actually
yeah,
it's
I know.
pretty
It's
good.
just, yeah. It's kind of like my car. It's a hybrid. It's like
It's a car, but
it's
it's made
like
of
3/4 of a real car. But when you drive up
You have a 3/4 car.
3/4 of a car, dude, I'll tell you, I feel like such a douche buying one of those hybrids. I just found they had the car show in L.A. and I was actually on the website checking out the new cars and stuff. Like within 2 or 3 years, like all like gas and oil cars are going to have like 90% less emissions, which is equal to a hybrid.
really?
If not better. Yeah, basically they could do it. They're just like, it's like a money thing until they get forced into doing it. You know what I mean? The
That's
water
good that they're
starts
all doing it
rising up.
finally, yeah.
You have tornadoes in Brooklyn. They're like, all right, we'll work on the emissions. Jesus Christ, it's not just us. What about all those cows fucking shitting out in the middle of the country? That's my favorite new one. That's allegedly, if you eat red meat, if you stop eating red meat, this is another theory. If you stop eating red meat, that is allegedly that like cows passing gas, just standing there, chewing whatever came up from their 15th stomach,
Right.
and passing gas is evidently doing more damage to the ozone layer than some hack comic
So we
like
need
me.
to eat more red meat?
No. Yeah, wouldn't you think that? Yeah, we need to kill all these fucking cows.
What the fuck are they talking about?
I guess.
If you don't eat red meat, they don't breed the cows anymore?
Yeah, they won't breed. They won't breed the cows.
What did red meat do to somebody's mom or sister? Jesus Christ,
know,
dude.
I
People
know.
hate red meat.
Yeah, Oprah said it was racist. Didn't that what happened? Wasn't Oprah raped by red meat when she was a kid? I think she got molested or something. Remember that? And she pissed off all the ranchers in Texas. Here's the
She
thing.
said it was racist?
Dude, no, I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm just making fun of, Oprah being a person of color. She attacked it that, I was picking the two hacky issues. No, I think,
fucking A, man.
I think she was saying, because she was going through a diet or something. She was saying, I didn't eat it and I feel great. And, anything she says, people go ape shit over. She said, read this book. They all read it. And then you find out the guy's actually a drug addict and he made everything up.
Red meat is the Larry the Cable Guy of the meat world. People just hate it for no good reason. And you're just sitting there going, I don't know. It's not.
Dude, I got to make something, man. I went like no meat for like 2 weeks, right? Like I'd have like fish every other day. And I felt really light and I felt good. And then I went to the gym. And I tried to do like pull-ups, and I could only do like, I could usually bang out like 6 or 7 before my face starts turning a disgusting beet red. And I did like 2, and I was like, so I was literally reading that, like meat is actually, it's like a pure protein. And if you just eat like vegetarian, that like they're not full protein. So you got to like combine like beans with like a handful of tofu. And it's just like, you got to be like a mathematician. So I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to get a steak. I love it. I love red meat.
I'm sick of it. I was watching.
I even like the fake shit at McDonald's. I mean, what tastes better?
It's great. It's great. I was watching the Larry Sanders Show the other day.
You really should be like the anti-Subway guy, Joe. Instead of being that
I want to be. That's what I want to do.
Dude, it's great. It's great.
One of my favorite commercials ever was that Burger King commercial where it starts like at like the Subway. It's like the fake Subway, whatever. And the man leaves and he's like, I'm getting some man food. And then it's like all the men marching with the Whoppers. Like, this is man. I loved it. I was like, yes.
You know
yes,
I love. You know I love too. Who was that guy who got in trouble for making a homophobic remark? He called somebody a fag or something like that on the show. One of those stupid doctor shows that only chicks watch. Oh, because the guy looks good in scrubs. You know what I mean?
Fuck that. I think it was a guy from Celebrity
Grey's
Fit
Anatomy,
Club, right?
It was Grey's
Anatomy, yeah.
Where the black guy called the gay guy a fag. He outed him in an interview, called him a faggot. And
well, first of all, I love how in the news they were just like, he said a derogatory remark to a homosexual. It's like, dude, there's one. There's basically one. He called him a I guess there's more. Whatever. But anyways, like, I love how like that gets so paid attention to, yet so many commercials on TV use like homophobia to like sell their product. Like, have you guys seen that commercial where they got the new thing where they're trying to get people to just use like those credit card things instead of using cash?
Yeah.
And they do the
like
commercial.
The check card thing.
Yeah, the check card thing. And they're showing people going through the line. They're going, dum, 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 dum. And everything's just so easy. Somehow it's easy. Like, there's no, you need to re-enter your password. I didn't get, everyone's just going through. And it was like this Steelers. Everybody's buying Steeler paraphernalia on the way to the football game, like real men. And then in the middle, the guy who's using cash comes up, I think with like a tennis ball or like a highlight racket. And he literally, I swear to God, this is commercial. And he literally has like a pink sweater tied around his neck. Jesus and the whole subliminal thing is, if you use cash, you're half a fag. What are you using cash? What, do you want to blow somebody? It's like, they literally...
Why don't you wipe the jizz off your lip with that cash?
Yeah, with that little pink sweater you got. Dude, it's so funny, because you got this unbelievable technology that they're using now, that they're tapping into this bank in the middle of South Dakota, wherever the hell it is. And then the only way to sell it to us morons, because we're so full of like fast food and we can't think, is like
simple-minded.
Yeah, we can't go high concept here. We'll be like, well, if we don't have to use cash, we won't have to cut down as many trees.
Well, that was like the
money. You're gay.
Yeah, you're gay.
I told you about that. We might have talked about this on the show even before. When I watched that documentary about burger restaurants across the country, and they went to that one in like Texas or something, and the guy's like, "Here's how you eat a burger here. You get ketchup, cheese." He goes, some of them back Easters come in, they want mayonnaise on their burger. We tell them that's for sissies. Sissies eat mayonnaise on the burger. Like, all right, jeez.
Yeah, but you know what it is great about the argument? The second you question a guy's sexuality, it always puts you on your heels. Like that day Anthony was trashing me for driving the hybrid. I mean, I had to go like, I just screamed about how he only had 3 rims and he was missing a hubcap. That's all I had. And I was like, really, even though I did okay in the argument, I literally felt like I was on the ropes the whole time, because at the end of the day, I have like a 1.6 cylinder car, which is perfect for city driving. But dude, I drove that thing out to Vegas and the thing was cruising. I mean, I came there and back in like a tank and a quarter. It was insane. But like when you get to the mountainous areas, when we started going up the hill, Dude, my car was doing that. It's going up, and I was going, "What's wrong with my car? What the fuck is wrong with it?" I thought like the engine, like the oil had come out of it, but it was just a 1.6 liter.
Yeah,
going up 30 degrees.
Steve gets really defensive when you bring up his car too, because he's got the same. You got a Prius?
Yeah.
Yeah, he has the same car. So I asked him. I remember one time I was like, "Yeah, those things, they don't go very fast, do they?" And he was just like, "What are you talking about? I did 90 coming here right now." Like, he immediately had to go on the defensive. Like, all I meant was, like, I don't think that thing could hit, like, triple digits. That's all I meant by it.
No, you can. You can definitely hit triple digits. But I'll tell you, if it basically, and it's not even like going up hills. It's like when we were going up mountains. There's like that little mountain range, you know, I don't know what the hell it is as you're going out to Vegas. And when we were going up that, the engine was definitely, was bitching a little bit. Bitching a lot. I'm not going to lie to you.
People are so defensive on like either side of that argument, right? You know what I mean? Like there's never been so much tension when it comes to environmental arguments, and you know, I guess partly because of what's been going on politically in the country for the last 8 years, whatever. It's like, but people are on both sides. It's either like, "You fucking faggot," or it's like, "Fuck you, my car's as good as your car." You know what I mean? Like, people get so.
Well, I like the fact that a lot of people think if I'm driving a hybrid that I'm saying what they're doing is wrong. It's like, I don't give a shit. Drive what you're going to drive. I just, fly all over the place. Like I said, I put my own hole in the ozone layer, the amount I fly back and forth. So, I don't know. Plus, there's
it's because it's
bumper
the only
to bumper
one.
traffic. And you know what? Like I said, I worked outside out there, dude, one day in the afternoon after there'd been a good rush hour. I literally tasted, it wasn't even dirt. It was like soot in my mouth.
From where?
When I was in L.A., dude, it is absolutely filthy. So it's like,
Is it really? I've only been out there for a few days at a time. Like, is all that smog stuff really true? Like, there's just
Nah, Joe, that's just some shit they make up for tourists. We just figured that'd be a good way to get people to come in there.
I know there's smog, but I'm saying, can you really like see it over the city and everything? I've never really.
It's one of those.
Noticed.
If you fly in, you can definitely see it, and it's just like fog. Where if there was a dense fog, like I couldn't see, 40 feet away, but I could see you 10 feet away. See, it's not like there's smog in between you and the person sitting across from you. As you eat a tofu salad.
Yeah, but you can see that around the city too. Like, I mean, you drive 5 miles out of Manhattan, and you can see like there's like a haze,
There's something about California,
I guess
though.
I never put it together that's what the smog is.
Yeah, it's just
You thought those were brown clouds?
I always thought it would look like at the end of Ghostbusters with that cloud over the city. I never thought it would just look like foggy.
you think like a wormhole's going to open up over LA.
Yeah, like when they open the Ark.
I actually went on the internet. You can look this shit up. They got like the most dirtiest cities, and I think like the top 24 out of 25 are all Southern California cities. It's all like Bakersfield, Los Angeles, all of them.
What are the health issues about living in a city like that?
Oh, it's an equivalent, I think, of like smoking a little bit. Sort of recreational smoking. Yeah, so that's like, so how am I a dick if I'm buying a hybrid? I'm actually doing something to maybe knock it down a little bit,
Well, you're not a dick. The problem, the reason people get so
And I'm not a fag either. Thank you very much.
The reason people get so testy about hybrids is because there aren't enough of them. If there were, if it was half and half, or
no, it isn't. People don't. This is the bottom line.
There's only a couple hybrids versus a few hundred or other regular.
And you know
cars,
what it is? There's no hybrid out there that has balls, and that's the truth, man. There's nothing out there that like, if they could just somehow come up with like a hybrid or something like that, where you could work on it like those grease monkeys in the 50s with those Fonzie haircuts and their cigarettes rolled up in their T-shirt. If you could somehow come up with like a car like that, then it would start getting respect. But there's no reason to respect anybody who drives a Prius.
You need a good,
and I drive one, man.
You need a good spokesman. You don't have any good. Larry David is the main face man for Prius because he drives on the show. And I love Larry David, but he's not going to get you the tough guy respect that you need. You need
no.
You need like Jesse Ventura.
and it just wouldn't fit. You can't have a tough guy. That's the funny thing.
Prius.
Yeah, about a big guy getting out of a Prius. It doesn't work. It's like a big guy with a little dog. You see a big guy walking down the street and he's got like one of those little Paris Hilton Chihuahua things.
That was a weird thing I saw once. Lynn Koplitz was walking down the street with her tiny little like adorable dog in a sweater.
Lynn, she probably looked famous because she's
Patrice was there, and Patrice was like, "Hey, doggy," like being cute with the dog. It was the weirdest fucking thing Because I thought he
I
was
think I remember him saying a long time ago he likes those little dogs.
he really had like a little soft spot for the dog.
He's a gentle giant.
I thought that was
Yeah, who the fuck
our
was that?
guest
Just-
walking in. Who's that? Some guy's going to murder us right now?
He really had a Jeffrey Dahmer profile. As he walks by. Who is this guy? How are you? Oh, Starbucks. All right, all right. We got nervous there. Just yell Starbucks next time you come in. You'll get a free plug. Not very threatening. Okay. All right, man.
He's from Starbucks. So what else is going on? It's Christmas time.
I'll tell you, yeah, Christmas time, and I've been getting trashed. Every once in a while, yeah, I like it. Like, I don't like getting trashed, believe me. But what I started to do is I started to save my emails of people trashing me. Danny, you're gonna love this one. This is how much of a psycho is this girl, right? Hang on, let me get this thing up. This girl basically, she sent me an email, right? This is basically the overall. I'm not going to read the whole thing. She wrote a really, like, 3-4 paragraph thing. She said, Bill, please come back and do a couple shows in Washington, D.C. I had every intention of seeing you at D.C. Improv when you were there in October, but I was on travel and my computer screwed up my return date. So I got back the 21st instead of the 19th, so I missed an opportunity to see you. Then I was in L.A., blah, blah, blah. Same thing happened. I really like you, you know, your comedy. So I left Palooza, gave the CD to my family and friends, blah, 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 blah. This whole thing, just saying how much she likes me and she really wants to come and see me, right?
I want to come see what she looks like. Hold on.
No, I don't have a picture of her. It's not a MySpace. This is an email
it's a
thing.
regular email.
Yeah, so she writes this really thing. Please come back to D.C. or somewhere close. I see you're going to be at Caroline's. I just may have to plan a weekend in New York to come see you, right? So that's a nice email. So, I don't know. I was fucking busy. I didn't respond to it. And a week later, this is what she writes to me. Why should anyone write you if you're not going to reply? You could have humored me with this short, I'll try, in quotes. Considering you're a court jester with lots, with lots of competition, and I will pay money to see you, a reply would be the way to keep your fan base from dwindling. I mean, from the looks of your schedule, you're not that busy to reply to an email. And then she totally flips and it's like, I would still like to see you in D.C., and I still think you're funny, but a quick reply would be nice.
You better pray this chick doesn't show up at a show, because she will be the one that kills you. She'll kill you. That's the chick that'll shoot you because she's got a crush on Jodie Foster or some shit like that.
I know, it's like, dude, she emailed me November 27th, and then I didn't get back to her, and it's like, you know, the 26th, I mean, not the 26th, December 6th. She just fucking snaps on me.
Yeah, you better, she sounds like a psycho. You get a lot of that hate mail? Did you get a lot this year? I mean, obviously.
Here's a classic one from. This is one actually from a couple years ago. Remember that when I said to that guy, Danny, the janitor, when I yelled at the janitor?
Oh, that was great.
Yeah, which one of those keys? Which one of the keys unlocks your dreams?
That was when we were doing that street fishing on the O&A show where we had all the stuff on the street.
Yeah, they basically Opie came up with this bit to put a bunch of like creepy stuff on the sidewalk that got progressively more and more creepier, like a dirty magazine, and then a gay guy magazine, and then like just a big black dildo, and it just to see who would pick it up. People looking around. It was early enough in the morning. So this janitor some of the stuff was out in front of this building, so he came up and he was picking it up. So Anthony started yelling at him with the megaphone. And the guy was yelling back, and it was kind of good-natured at first. Then the guy looked down the street. Now, this isn't part of his jurisdiction of sweeping up. And it was all the way down the street, and he walked down the street and picked everything up and destroyed the bit. So we started trashing him, and then he gave us the finger. You know those janitors have like 100 keys on their hip? So I just yelled down. I said, hey, buddy, which one of those keys unlocks your dreams? Right?
Right.
So this guy ends up sending me an email. Hey, brother, just wanted...
The janitor did?
No, somebody listening whose uncle's a janitor. I don't know what. He goes, "Hey brother, just wanted to say, I think you ain't funny. You're actually pretty lame. You look like a mongoloid cocksucker."
Jesus Christ!
Oh yeah, I saw that video clip where you was swearing at the janitor picking up the porn T-shirt. Seriously, that was fucking lame. I saw most of the video clips on your site. They all fucking suck ass as well. Anyways. I guess guys like you were too dumb to do anything else with their lives, so they had to go out and make jokes so people can laugh at them. I hope you feel dignified when you sleep at night, you dumb fuck. To know how much they pay you, but I wouldn't give a nickel I wouldn't give you a nickel to perform in any of my parties. Fuck off. And he spelt the F word with PH the entire time.
Really?
Yeah. So I don't know if that gives him some sort of urban credibility.
Jesus Christ, dude. What a fucking asshole.
I got bad reviews on that one. I used to like you, then you made fun of that poor janitor just doing his job. Shame, with an exclamation point.
I got hate mail from one girl this year about something I put on my MySpace about how I didn't like hippies. And she wrote me this long fucking message about, like...
Was it patchouli scented?
Yeah, like about you're closed-minded and you're an asshole and why would you put this sort of thing out there and it's bad energy and all this stuff. So I wrote back to her, I go, hey, sweetie, you know, I know you have this cute utopian concept of what MySpace should be, but some of us grown-ups use it to publicize our careers, you know, and actually put bits and things that we've written onto it. So sorry you don't like them, but whatever. So then she wrote me back and trashed me some more, and then I wrote her back and trashed her some more, and then she writes back, obviously we're not going to see eye to eye, so let's just drop it. And it was like, fuck you, cunt. You fucking started it with me. You came up and you were the one poking me in the fucking forehead, trying to get a rise out of me, and then when I respond to it and tell you what I think, then it's like, oh, let's just drop it. Don't be out of line here with me.
That's the funny thing about the internet is like back in the day, if you thought somebody sucked, you just kind of yelled it at the TV and your friend and you trashed them. Now you can actually email the person. You can Google them. You can get them. And if you're a guy like me, like I only get like, other than like, I get like I get like 700 spam, but as far as like legitimate emails, I probably only get like, I get like under 20 MySpace legitimate emails a day. So I read all of them.
You know what days are over? This sucks that we never get to experience like the thing like that guys like Elvis got to go through, where you go into your office, you know,
on the bag of fan mail.
Yeah. What's on the agenda? The assistant, you got a meeting with so-and-so at 11, 12 o'clock lunch with the president, and you got your fan mail. It's piling up.
I had sprayed with perfume. Big kiss to seal it.
Yeah, some chick's mailing you period blood. People are sending you locks of their hair. All kinds of shit. That's over, dude. You don't get anything. That's all electronic bullshit now. This business stinks. Let's quit.
Yeah, but you know something else? You also couldn't go on there and, you know, with a webcam and tell her to take her clothes off and see it live and pleasure yourself.
Yeah, I know.
What you have to do, Joe, you got to embrace the new technology.
Those were the old days.
What do you want to have, Colonel Parker as your manager?
Yeah, yeah.
Was he the same guy who did the KFC commercials?
Yes.
It was the same guy, right?
He went by Colonel Sanders on those, but it was in fact the same guy.
A lot of people don't know that. You know, like he funneled all that money that he stole from Elvis and started the KFC chains.
Which is one of the reasons he went under Colonel Sanders.
And he grew the goatees, so they couldn't recognize him.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it?
And Elvis was so popped up on pills that he didn't even recognize. They just kept feeding him
and
those.
He used to eat the chicken.
Yeah, well, you know, they kept doing the peanut butter and banana sandwiches. They'd send him that route, and it was completely off his radar. It was in Kentucky. He lived in Tennessee.
He would eat the chicken. That was one of the hilarious things about how messed up Elvis was at the end of his life, is that he would actually eat the chicken, not realizing it was the guy that fucked him out of all the money.
Have you ever seen that conspiracy theory that that's what killed him?
The chicken?
Yeah, like he couldn't make any more hit records, so he just kept feeding him that chicken, and he died on the toilet bowl. Because I knew once he died that all these white trash people would want to walk through his living room and buy like the cuckoo clocks of him when he's in shape. I want to buy like an Elvis, like the fat Elvis cuckoo clock, where the legs are too big, so you have to keep resetting it because the second hand doesn't work.
Is that a real thing?
What, the Elvis cuckoo clock?
Yeah.
You never seen that?
No.
They have it. It's like he's got his hands like sort of like in the middle of him doing a shimmy. Everybody has that. Yeah.
Where his legs are like the pendulum.
Yeah.
Sort of,
and there's like white trash people have it, and then douchebags. There's like no middle ground. You know what I mean?
You're either white trash or you live on 5th and A.
Yeah, you're like some hipster.
Yeah. I just like the Elvis clock because
I hate people do that. Oh, they get like like velour paintings and like bullfighting and shit. You know what I mean?
Eat me.
That's what Danny. That's what he has. Joe has
cool paintings.
He has velour paintings of bullfighters.
I have 2 of them. They look cool, and I get a lot of compliments on them. They're very cool.
Do you have the dogs playing poker too?
No, I don't, Danny.
Yeah, he has the quintessential. I'm a bachelor.
It's a cool painting. You had nothing in that apartment when I moved in there. You had nothing.
What are you talking about?
You had nothing.
That's not true. I had some of the worst.
You had you had hotel art. He literally had hotel room art on the fucking walls. I moved in and I go, dude, can I please take these pictures down? They were like watercolor paintings of like meadows with a lake.
They actually weren't. I'll tell you what that one was. That was an awful picture that my mom got me when she went to Martha's Vineyard. My she really likes. Who's that cunt up in Connecticut who had to go to jail?
Oh, Martha Stewart.
Yeah, Martha Stewart, right? She loves her and her whole vibe, right?
Martha Stewart owns Martha's Vineyard, right? That's why
Does
it's
she?
named
Yeah, that's
Martha's
what they named her,
Vineyard.
yeah.
All right.
She's on she's on the path
Okay.
to buy Nantucket.
Okay.
Joe with the geography, huh? Good point. So she really likes that whole vibe, like that whole Martha Stewart sort of vibe. So you can only imagine like the painting she bought me, like the snooty sort of. It's like
It was hideous.
It was hideous, and I hated it. But she gave it to me, when I was leaving, I had all these awful. My parents just kept buying me pictures, and by the end I had like 30 pictures. I'm like, I live in a 1-bedroom apartment. You got to stop buying me this
Guess who
horrific.
has them all now? I got a whole fucking closet.
So I left the
full of
worst,
these pictures.
because I can't throw them out because my mom gave it to me. It's like bad karma, right? So I literally leave it right over the bed. How long did that painting stay
Every
up there
time
before you took that thing down?
An hour. I don't even think I had my furniture moved in yet.
You know what picture I wanted to go on that wall instead was a close-up of your face when you actually looked at that painting. That should be the picture that's hanging over your bed.
And then you left the pictures from your special. Every time you're in town, I inherit a couple new frame pictures that I can't hang on the walls.
What pictures?
You gave me the signs for your special, and they're actually cool. But it's like, what am I gonna do? What kind of a fucking douche would I look like if I had your special things hanging?
I
up?
forgot. I gotta bring those.
Stand poster.
I gotta bring those back at some point.
Leave them there. I don't go fuck.
Yeah,
I don't
what am
need
I
that
supposed to do?
closet.
How the fuck am I? You can't take a painting onto an
I
airplane.
don't need that closet yet.
I don't know. You know what? Let's take a break, and I need to get some water, dude. It's like 90 degrees in
Yeah,
here,
I'm
Daddy.
sweating, man.
Yeah.
Hey, Danny, can you go play Thermostat Hero
Yeah.
over there?
How about your outro? A little more Christmas music here.
Okay.
Maybe it'll cool up the studio a little bit.
All right, we'll play some Gary Hoey.
A little Frosty the Snowman, something.
It's the Christmas episode.
The Christmas episode of Uninformed. Bill Burr, Joe DeRosa, informing you on some stuff you didn't know, like that Colonel Parker stuff and that stuff about Martha's Vineyard. That's it, man. Keep it here.
Uninformed with Bill Burr and Joe DeRosa.
All right, what's up, everybody? We're back here on Uninformed. Bill Burr, Joe DeRosa. Joe has issues with the way I went to break, and I don't think I can. I don't think I can defend myself.
Good news. I think all the listeners kept it here. I think
can't-
they're still
yeah.
waiting. Who are you, Casey Kasem? You fucking douche. Keep it here, folks. Don't change that dial.
Dude, it started happening on last month's episode where I just lost the ability to be able to go to break. I used to just say, all right, you listen to Uninformed, Bill Burr, Joe DeRosa.
Oh, my God.
That's it. And I all of a sudden now I'm like, thanks for listening. Hey, keep it here.
You fucking center square announcer hack. Shadow Stevens. Here. Stick
You got a
with
lot
us,
of
folks.
issues with me. You also, what I found out is a year ago, for people who've actually been listening to the show for a year ago, you had your holiday party, and I ended
Well-
up getting into this argument with a friend of yours.
It was a Super Bowl party. When was the Super Bowl?
Super Bowl.
February?
Joe, the non-sports fan. Yeah, first week of February.
All right, so almost a year. Yeah, my best friend that I grew up with, Scott, and Bill is. Yeah, I'd go as far as to say you're my best friend in comedy, if I may say so.
All right.
If I may say as much. So you got your two best buddies.
You gonna put that on your bio?
They're mentioned in Bill Burr's liner notes in his CD. I was touched by that, by the way.
Yeah, I know. You know what's
you.
funny was the fact that you told me he was reading my CD and saw that I gave him whatever in the liner notes. I said what's up to him. I gave him special thanks or whatever, and he started telling me how touched he was in the green room, and I just gave him nothing.
He didn't. He made me feel like a fucking asshole.
Joe, that's how I grew up.
I'm
if
like,
if
yeah.
you're looking for affection, I can't give it
And
to
he
you.
even put the cute, like, little inside joke. It said Joe_DeRosa because of what I say on my voicemail.
Dude,
You
he has
know?
the
And I
longest.
was like, oh, dude, I'm touched by that, you know? And he's like, yeah, I got to go on stage, Jeff. So just to...
Well, also would have helped that he was running bits by me. Like, that's one of the number one things you don't do, comic to comic. You don't, go up to somebody and just be. Every once in a while, I go, hey, what do you think about
I
this?
did that with Jay and Kurt all the time. We always do that.
Dude, you were running a chunk of material by me.
Yes,
He
I
just
was.
kept going, what do you think about
Focus
this?
testing
Yeah.
it with
You ever, this is funny. No. And he had this big goofy smile because he was all excited about his new joke. Hey, you ever been clipping your hedges?
Half the
Thing?
half the smile was knowing how annoyed you were at it. It was making me laugh.
No, and you just kept doing. You know that thing where you don't. Sometimes you just don't want to be a dick, so the only way to do it at that point is you just have to sit there and stare at the carpet and hope that they understand that the complete lack of eye contact means I really don't want
I
to.
fully understood it, which is why I
Okay.
had no intention of stopping it. Here's the deal, though. You guys
I
got
don't like how you just turned that around.
I did turn it around.
You did.
You guys were playing at my Super Bowl party. You and Scott were playing beer pong. Some sort of dispute is the word I'm looking for.
I vaguely remember
Broke
something
out.
happened. I was
Something
winning. We
happened.
started talking trash, and then all of a sudden, it.
lot of
I don't-
tension.
I thought he was being passive aggressive. I called him on it, and next thing you know, middle of your Super Bowl party, there was tension.
Now, of course, his side of the story is we were just kidding around, and all of a sudden he started snapping at me. I don't know what the fuck happened. So there's two different sides of the story. The point is,
Dude, if this
I'm
thing ends with "I'm a psycho" again, I'm really
It's
getting tired of it.
not-
And one of
no,
these times, I
it's-
have to be fucking right.
Jesus, it's not ending with you're a psycho.
All right.
I'm just saying these are the two sides of the argument. But the bottom
Well, I
line
already know
is,
he's one of your childhood friends, so you go all the way back to when you were like
And-
shooting frogs
and
with
we're-
slingshots.
all I want are my friends from my professional life, my friends from my personal life to get along. These are close people that I care about very dearly, and it's Christmas. I'd like to see the two of you make up.
I want to choke you with a Christmas sweater right
I'd
now.
like to see the
Or
two of
just
you
wrap
make
the
up.
sleeves right around your neck.
I'd like to see the two of you make up for Christmas.
All right.
For Christmas.
But you see how
for
defensive
me.
I'm getting? This
Yeah,
is
don't
how
get defensive.
this is how I get when anybody's looking for some
So we
sort
have
of good feeling.
we
Could you give us a little mood music underneath this, maybe, if we could, as we go to do this?
This is Scott. Will be on the air in a moment. Here, he's called
Let
in
me put them on for you guys.
from Pennsylvania, and
Is he on the air? Scott, what's up, man?
Hello, how are you?
How's it go? Oh, geez, I'm going to lose this. Listen how nice he sounds now that I'm sober. Hello, how are you? He
you
sounds like
guys-
he does like life insurance.
you guys are not here to argue. You're here to make amends, please, for Christmas.
I don't think there really is that much of an argument to begin with.
Oh, my, this is the guy I got in an argument with?
Yeah, he's such a nice fella. See how nice he sounds?
Dude, I thought we were playing beer pong. I thought you were getting a little passive aggressive. You were, I don't know what happened. I mean, whatever. We had like 19 Keystone Lights, and because you never played beer pong with a good beer. You know what I mean?
Here's my minor recollection of the evening.
So there you go. What is
At
it?
least my
Making up on the Little Rascals?
Here's my perception of it from actually being there that night. I thought we were playing beer pong. I thought that you were winning and talking some trash. I started to talk some trash and eventually won, and then you got furious at me, and I thought you were a complete dickhead.
Wait a minute. Dude, you didn't win. I won, and that's what pissing you off.
I think
that's right, and I
probably why you got
and-
angry because you thought you won and danced around like you won. In reality, the game was over.
I think I remember that happening. I remember you go, yeah, you fucking cheated. You fucking cheated.
Yeah, he had some douchey rule. Yeah, he had some sort of douchey rule. That's exactly it.
Here was the douchey rule, Joe. When the ball goes in the cup, you're supposed to drink it.
No, that wasn't it. No, that wasn't
Look
it.
at
Nah,
Scott coming out swinging. I wasn't expecting this today.
Well, you know what it is? I don't even remember it because it was a fight over beer pong. So it was like 9 months later. He has he's got like a stenographer reading back dialogue from this fucking Super
He's
Bowl
got that
party.
little receipt
Yeah.
with all the text on it.
I don't remember. But you see what I'm saying about him being passive aggressive? He came on all fucking nice, then he goes blazing. That's what I'm talking about. He
All
tries
right,
to play that nice. He's trying to play this nice thing. See that? He's a cunt. He's a cunt. Go fuck yourself. I hope you don't get what you want for Christmas. There you go, dude. I'm never going to be friends with this guy. There you go, Joe. Your professional friends and your personal friends. You're going to have to draw a line. You're going to have to draw a line.
Let me say the second half of what I was going to say is my perception after that night was that I got way over the line and were treating you as if you were someone I knew since birth, and I absolutely shouldn't have said and been as familiar and comfortable with you.
You
as
don't
I
see the
was,
style here?
and I could definitely be perceived as being
The
an
nice,
asshole,
not
and I
nice. He
felt
does
really
good.
bad about it.
He does good cop, bad
said
cop,
he
good
felt
cop,
really
bad
bad
cop,
about it.
good cop, bad
He
cop.
said he felt really bad about it.
I did feel
no.
really
He's just
bad
giving
about
it. He's saying this is how I felt that night, and then this is how I felt after, and you know.
He's doing the John Kerry right now. He's waffling.
Masterfully,
He
by the
came
way.
on nice. Then he was a cunt.
Masterfully.
Now he's doing the nice thing. Yeah, not masterfully because I'm not buying it.
Scott, this is.
I don't really, Scott. Obviously, I don't have any bad feelings towards you. Whatever. We were both drunk. It was fucking beer pong. You know.
You gotta understand something. You're
Actually, I
you're
don't.
my
But
hero.
you can present what you want me to understand.
He just said you were his hero. Listen to what he's going to say.
Finally, someone
This is a
else
setup.
has to take care of Joe besides me. It's really a gift and a treat. I mean, somebody,
How
Jim
whiny, like, how-
coattails were completely frayed. He couldn't hang on to those anymore. So we got you now, and I'm thrilled.
Scott, let me ask you a question. When Joe was growing up, like, how many days of the week did you just see him just crying? Joe always just pictures me as a kid, like, coming home from school and somebody had been flicking his ear all day, and he was already, like, whimpering as he came up the driveway. What's the matter, Joe? I don't want to talk about it, Mom.
Can I say last names? I'll just say first names.
Yeah, just say first names.
There was a guy in our neighborhood. His name was Roger.
Yes.
And Roger was kind of like the neighborhood bully, but and kind of an asshole. But he hated Joe. Now Joe has the physical prowess of Gumby. He has like no.
There's something about Joe makes you want to pick on him, though. I got to defend the
I've
bully
heard that
a little
for
bit.
years.
Yeah, Joe,
I've heard that for
just,
years.
It's your body language.
So one day we're sledding
wanna
or
throw a
something.
pizza at you.
It's a snowy day, and Joe comes running out of nowhere, screaming, and Roger's chasing after him, and he's screaming, and he falls down, and Roger just gets on top of him and is just throwing snow in his face, down his pants, all over the freaking place. I mean, it is unbelievable. And
What is Joe doing? Flailing?
Oh, he does his normal defense, which is the worm, when he just like slugs down in the ground in fetal position. And then he finally Roger leaves. Joe gets up. He's like, "There's snow in my ear. I can't hear the snow in my ear." And he's like screaming and crying and the whole bit. And when Roger gets about 100 yards away and Joe's done crying and whimpering, Joe just goes, and we're like 10 years old, "Fuck you!" Screams across his face and runs into his own house because he lives right next door. And now we're all standing out there for the bully to beat up Joe's friend.
Oh, did he come back and attack you guys?
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Don't forget the part of the story where I went inside and got my mom to come to the upstairs window and yell at him for me
right.
because I was
forgot
too
about
scared.
that.
Wow, that's got to be a real bad feeling as a parent that you realize that your kid is that kid, the kid who gets showed.
Well, not if you're the mom. If you're the mom, you're like, I got to protect my baby. If you're the dad, you're like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The mom doesn't care. But I was always that guy. I'm still that guy, dude. That's like the same story
I
that
think the
happened.
mom does care on some level, like some sort of reverse Oedipus thing. Like they want to mate with the strong male, and you're coming home like the runt of the litter. The dog with like a chewed up ear.
That's basically the same story of what happened in that bar a month ago when my friend Jim was in town.
Yeah, you still do it.
I'm 20 feet away from the big scary dude in the room, and I'm going, "Fuck you! What are you gonna do about it? Nothing. Walk away." Like,
yeah, he's saying this shit, Danny, as he backs up. No, Joe, people, can you walk and chew gum at the same time? Joe can talk shit as he backs out of a room. Joe talks the best shit when there's at least 30 females in between him and the other alpha male that he's yelling
I'm a
at.
shit talker.
Joe's done a thing, a similar situation to that bar situation where there was this huge dude in a video store years ago. We went to return this video, and I don't know, somebody bumped into him.
No, wait a minute. Wait, don't fuck this story up, dude. This is...
Hey, can you let our guest speak, Joe? Stop interrupting. I was really into this story.
No, but Scott, what happened was they were fucking with us outside of the video store.
Oh, wow, that really helps the punchline.
No, they were fucking with us outside of the video store. They drove their car at us like they were going to hit us, and it was a pickup truck, and they're all hanging out the pickup truck, and they're all giving us the finger. So we go into the store.
Joe, don't you see? This is, and it's because of you. You're like, when they blame
I'm
the rape,
cooler.
They blame like the rape victim. Like, well, what were you wearing? It's just something about you. Probably had like mittens on, some big winter jacket.
Dude, you want to talk about terror in fucking action? We walk into the video store and I start trashing these guys, right? Because we're the only people in the video store. And I go, fuck them, and they're wearing cowboy hats. And they're fucking cowboys, fucking little pussies.
Which, by the way, should be a clue never to ever talk back to someone if they're wearing a cowboy hat.
But that's the thing. They weren't there, so I was just running my mouth.
Which is when you're your bravest. Yeah, all of a sudden.
Scott, right?
That's right.
Next thing we know, the door opens. They all walk in, and he's like, "Oh shit, dude, watch what you're saying. They're in here, right?" They walk up to the fucking clerk. The clerk is their boy, and the clerk starts telling them everything I said. Can you? And they're like, "All right, motherfucker, we'll see you outside." And they just stood outside and waited for us.
That's right.
And Scott still. That was the funniest part, was watching you walk up with Ace Ventura When Nature Calls, and still paying the fee and renting it.
But that's not the craziest part, Joe. Remember, the craziest part was we got into the car, we sped away, we get all the way home, and we're like, holy shit, thank God we got out of that. And I realized I left my receipt, and that was from that place, like Video Update, where the receipt had your home address on it.
Yeah.
And I left the receipt sitting right on the
Dude, that's the true romance. And your son, fuckhead that he is, left his driver's license.
Shit.
Yeah,
This is great. This is what I was hoping would happen for Christmas, which is the two of you make up by shitting all over me. I kind of had a feeling it would go that route, and I'm glad it did.
Well, let me ask you
glad you
this,
guys
Joe.
are buddies,
What is it about, like, you want all areas of your life to mesh together?
Probably the abandonment that I suffered as a child.
And for first-time listeners of Uninformed, what happened again?
I was adopted at a young age. I have a lot of subconscious things going on with that.
Do you remember when
abandonment
they left you in the at Ellis
Dumpster?
Island?
Yeah, I remember dropping
How old
into
were
the trash can at the
How
prom.
old were you when your original parents were just like, I'm just not feeling it?
My parents that I have now adopted me at 9 days. So
Oh, at 9 days?
yeah, dude, this was
See how annoying you are, Joe? I mean, your real parents couldn't even last 10 days with
this
you.
was clearly a case of two immigrants fucking up and being like, shit, we got to get rid of this thing. Thank God they didn't, do
What do
the other
you
route.
think would have happened if they kept you?
I'd probably be living in some goddamn dingy fucking market selling apples.
You'd be bilingual?
Yeah, I'd have a little monkey on my shoulder dressed up like Aladdin that has to go steal me dinner every night.
Eating mystery meat every night. Joe would have been a cab driver.
Yeah, dude, you know what? It's so funny that you just said that, because I was picturing Joe. He wouldn't be a city cab driver. He would be one of those private, gypsy cab drivers. The one that talks to you when you just want to sit in the fucking back of the cab in quiet, and he's always
exactly.
bringing stuff up.
An
I can just picture
unbelievable
Joe
air
as that
freshener.
guy.
Where's it coming from?
I don't know, but that's exactly what I pictured in
You
my
know where
mind.
it's coming from? It's coming from that awful beard that he's growing because he's all self-conscious about his complexion the last
No,
time.
it's not. That's not where I grew it. That's not where I grow it. I'm growing the beard because it's winter time, and I grow a beard sometimes in the winter.
Yeah, because I've known you for 4 years. You've never grown the beard.
We've only really known each other for a year.
Joe, I mean, what the fuck?
I've had beards in the time that you've known me. In the time
You haven't.
span. I have.
You haven't.
Yes, I have.
You haven't, Joe.
Bill,
you haven't.
yes, I have.
You've been shaving with that broken Coke bottle since I first met you.
I've had beards in the last 4 years, Bill. I hate to break it to you.
Hey, Scott, has Joe always had a problem, like, knowing how to shave? I think he doesn't have bad skin. He just does not know how to shave.
Yeah, I think he's an against-the-grain type of guy.
Against the grain! Sorry.
No, it's great. Thanks for singing.
Yeah, what was that, Joe?
It's a Bad Religion song.
Yeah, I was going to say. Exactly.
Against the grain, that's where I'll stay. Swimming upstream, I remain
Jesus
against the grain. Scott, tell Bill that I can actually sing when I want
Apparently,
to.
Bad Religion is a lounge act.
That's what amazes me about Joe. Joe tries to claim that he can sing, but he needs he's like Paula Abdul. He needs like a studio.
Here it is. 3,000 miles on this so called the shot at Joe. There's nothing restitution, the thunder by the Joe. I seek 1,000 answers, I find but one or two. There's nothing and renew.
Okay.
Against the grain. That's where I'll stay. Swimming upstream, I remain against the grain.
He didn't sound bad when he was singing with the guy. Then I realized it was the guy.
Well, yeah, that's why I dropped out of it.
You know
real
what it is?
quick.
He's like, what's Jessica Simpson's sister there? Whatever the fucking name is.
Oh, Ashley.
Ashley, yeah.
Over there.
Yeah, her sister.
Why don't you
Whatever.
just start doing a jig over there for no apparent reason?
Hey, easy, huh?
Against the grain. Against the grain. Dude, I can actually sing. You can't, Joe.
Yes, I can.
You can't.
Play
And I
another
also,
song, I'll sing
and I
it.
also proved, Joe. I also proved in the drum battle, even though it was a draw, because who gives a fuck what they voted? But basically, you won the song, I won the freestyle. I basically proved my point where you were claiming to be this musician. I'm like, dude, you're not. You're a comic who plays drums. So if you were actually like this fucking studio Steve Gadd musician that you were claiming to be, you should have destroyed me rather than going to a
I'm
draw.
sorry, I haven't played drums in 2 years, and I was a little rusty on the goddamn freestyle of the rudiments of fucking drumming.
You have no rudiments.
Look, I'll tell you what. I'll take you on again, and if we can set up a thing where we can practice,
Joe, I'm not going to fucking battle you to mediocrity again.
You will lose
we already
again.
Did it.
You
we
will
already
lose again.
It was already. What do you mean lose again? I didn't lose. I proved my point.
Votes
dude.
on the phones and in the studio said that I won. You won on that fucking website though, because you got a head
where
start.
Millions of people can participate in the vote.
No, but you got that unfair head start. They posted it before the battle where you were getting a lot of votes from your fans. It wasn't a fair.
Joe, do you really
vote.
think that you absolutely blew me away?
No,
it was close. It was close. You won the free. We had Aaron here, the fucking stepson of Joe Perry, and he was like, Joe won the song part. And
right,
I was thinking, but also I fucked up with the song part. I was trying to keep it a comedy show, so I picked a song that was beyond my playing ability because I thought we were both going to fuck up and it was going to be fun. So I kind of fucked that part up. So Joe, I really don't want to fucking do a radio show where we do like a drum battle. It's really going to get boring.
I hate to say, Rush wasn't beyond my playing ability. Sorry.
I got to say, Joe, that song wasn't beyond my playing ability either.
Well, you
Rush
just said
song?
it was.
No. Good Times, Bad Times, which you couldn't fucking play.
Give me some time with it. I'll play it. That's what I'm telling you.
You couldn't
put me in front of it. Put me in a position where I could practice for a couple of weeks.
Jesus,
this whole argument came from the whole argument came from Joe singing. So why don't we? They have video games. It's like Guitar Hero, but you're singing. It measures your pitch and accuracy.
I got to be honest with you. I don't want to He's doing what America did in Vietnam. Was they lost and then declared victory and went home. That's what he's going to do. Dude, I just heard them sing Against the Grain.
Bill, did you ever
grain. It sucked. It was terrible. You couldn't fill a fucking coffee house. And then he's going to do it and be like, see, this guy from Oklahoma said I was good. So there you go.
Yeah, but you know what? It won't be votes.
I love how Bill can go, you know what? I was shitty on purpose for the sake of a comedy show, but there's no way
That's not what I said.
That's
not what I said.
There's no way I sang to be funny because it's a comedy show and I'm just being funny and I'm not really trying to sing. I'll sing a fucking song.
And we can let the game be the judge because if he fails,
let the game be the
and
goddamn
it says
judge.
game over, obviously he can't sing very well.
Scott.
Yes.
Were we not in a band? Yes.
Yes, we were.
Have you not seen me play in other bands where I've had to sing? Yes.
Yes.
How many gold records do you have?
Would you go as far as to say I'm a decent singer?
See, there you go. I don't want to waste any more fucking radio time with this. I really don't. I really just.
All the times you came out to see Salsa Windfall.
You're a fucking great comedian, and that was my point. And what kills me about the whole fucking thing is when you see like soap stars going on stage doing stand up, you get dude, you're a fucking actor. You're whoring out the art of comedy.
Here's my question
and I
to you,
think
though.
that you don't have the way you were talking of your music ability. I just thought it was I thought it was disrespectful. I thought shut up. I'm not past it. That was the original point of that whole drum battle. Was like, dude, I'll play you.
But we're past that point. We've already established that I talked a lot of shit. We're past that. We're discussing what you're saying right now, which is you suck. I don't suck. I have a decent voice. I'm not saying I'm great.
Okay,
Bill.
you know what, Joe? Compared to a guy who works in a fucking hardware store, all right, you sing better. But I don't know. I'm comparing you to shit that I hear on the radio. Call me crazy, but I think
I have good pitch, and I think I'm good enough that if in proper rehearsal, I could do a musical or something. I don't think I could dance, but I think I could.
Joe, this is just like you yelling "fuck you" and running into your house with the bully. It's the same fucking thing.
Scott,
it's just like you. It's just like your own guy just didn't back you on the singing thing, and you were in a fucking band with them that you didn't make it in.
Scott,
that's what I'm saying. You're like a fucking comedian. Like you ever go to a DJ
let him
who's like a failed comic?
He was about to speak, and you jumped on him. Let him say what he's going to say.
No, he had this awkward pause.
Well, let him say what he's going to say. It's only going to support your argument, so let him say it.
Yeah, I don't think you could do it, Joe. To be honest.
Wow, really?
I mean, I think you're a good utility musician. You have incredible musical ability, but I wouldn't say that you excel at singing. You can hold a tune.
That's all I'm saying is I can hold a tune. I'm not saying I'm great.
You just
see what I'm saying? I'm not wasting time with this.
What?
I'm not wasting time with this, and I'm not going to try to convince him because of his own delusionment. You know what I'm saying?
Delusionment isn't a word.
I know what I'm saying. Whatever, dude. And fucking and his own friend is basically agreeing with me. So that's it, Joe. I'm not going to fucking turn this into American Idol so you can live out your fucking music fetish. Okay, whatever, dude. You know what, Joe?
Fetish.
Joe, you're an awesome singer. You're amazing. I can't believe.
I don't understand why you get so angry
when
about this.
Freddie Mercury.
You see how
dude,
angry
I got pissed at beer pong. You think I really give a fuck about this? I don't, Joe. I'm just fucking filling up time.
We don't even have to do it on the air. I'll sing it in the fucking karaoke thing off air. I can carry a tune. That's all half of the Broadway shit is. I'm not saying I can get up there and go, my life. I'm not saying I'm going to do that shit.
I'm saying it's just, I don't want to hear it. It's basically,
I guess I ever heard you sing right there, Joe.
I guess
you're a cunt and a turncoat, Scott. And you've come and seen my band. You came and saw Salsa Windfall a million times and went, dude, really great, dude.
I love Salsa Windfall, of course.
Well,
Mike was one of the greatest drummers I've ever seen.
I was singing and you said it was good. Now you're saying it wasn't good.
Your singing was.
Joe, and I said that you and I even said you're a good drummer. I didn't even fucking say that, but I just thought you were being disrespectful to professional musicians. Just the way you would talk. You sounded like a guy who did stand up 3 times, and then when the comedian starts bringing up roast stories, they start going like, yeah, I did stand up.
But Bill, first of all, I didn't play drums 3 times. I played in bands for 5 years straight out in clubs, okay? First of all. Second of all, I'm writing a screenplay right now. Is that disrespectful to screenwriters that I'm trying to write a screenplay? Like, it's like, that's what I don't get, is you think because it's out of the realm of comedy,
I didn't say that,
it's absurd.
Joe. No, it was the way you were talking about it.
I have admitted to that.
And
I've admitted defeat in that argument.
That's all I was fucking doing.
All
and
right.
Joe, I really don't want to turn this into... Joe, I can juggle, dude. I'm a good juggler.
We're not turning it into anything.
Then we got to watch you prove that you can fucking
We're not turning it into
juggle
anything.
at a mediocre
And
fucking
this is
level.
What I love. And this is what I love. From the mouth of fucking Bill Burr, the guy that said, I love the drum battle. It was so much fun. We should do that again. And then as soon as I say, let's do it again, you go, we're not fucking turning this
No, I meant, no. I was talking about if we did it, we got to the show to a certain level. If you were out on a gig, you could actually just do it again, the drum battle in a live situation. But Joe, honestly, dude, we had a drum battle, which is fucking ridiculous to do on a radio show. You got to admit, dude, that's fucking ridiculous to do.
It's not
and to actually
ridiculous.
suggest
It was funny.
that we're going to fucking do it again. It really wasn't funny because we actually just really played. And I'm just saying it's going to be boring.
I don't agree, but, I was under the impression that you really liked it.
we're
wanted
gonna
to try to do it again under a different circumstance, which to me was, let's do one now where we really practice and prep for it. I thought that would be fun and funny.
If you want to test
Phones were lit up, dude. People
musical
called like
ability,
crazy.
Really?
You should pick an instrument neither of you have played and take a couple of months to learn it and see who can do it better.
Want to do that? Want to do guitar battle? Since you just got a guitar and I'm going to get one? That'd be fun.
Okay, I mean, yeah, if we're struggling for segments, yeah, I'd like to do that.
Struggling. It's
yeah.
just funny.
Clearly you're struggling for segments. You called me.
Yeah, we got some guy from Collegeville on the fucking phone.
Well, dude, you know damn well these pre-recorded ones are a bitch because right now, we could have had our whole
You're right,
phones
Bill.
lit up
Bill, I know damn well.
with a bunch of truckers.
They could be suggesting different things that Joe could be mediocre at.
Yeah. Danny's really coming up my ass today. With this, I'm like, hey, you're finally wearing a different fucking shirt, by the way.
Yeah,
Thank
that I
God.
did it
also
purposely.
looks like you got it at Spencer's Gifts.
All right.
No, I got it at Target. Thank you very much.
Target.
Is Keith, and our guest today is Keith Robinson. Is he reinforcing stereotypes
he?
by being late again?
All right, look, so you and Scott made up. Scott, thank you for coming on the show, too, man.
Hey, yeah, Bill, in all honesty, I'm sure I was quite an asshole, and I do apologize.
Okay, well, you should. No, I'm joking, man. I was a dick, too. I was drunk. You playing beer pong. Who gives a shit, all right? Have a happy Christmas in 3 days.
Thank you very much.
All right, dude. Take it easy.
See you, buddy.
See you guys.
Joe, just for the record, I'm just,
I know. Well, I'm having fun, dude. I'm laughing. I'm not upset.
I'm honestly, dude, I don't want to turn this show into, I make better toast than you. Yeah, get it fucking toasted, dude. And we'll have the fans fucking bet on it.
Nobody's turning it into that. The singing thing has been an ongoing thing on the show, so Danny's saying, let's finally just put it to a test. And I said, fine, I'll put it to a test. I don't have a problem with that. And I just thought you'd go, all right, finally, we can scientifically put it to a fucking test.
No, because honestly, my whole thing was, why can't we just play some music and you can just sing along to it? Or why can't you just sing a cappella and you wouldn't do it? And I was just like, I mean, because it's like the drum battle, you need to go get drums. And you had to set it up. There was a whole production thing Danny had to do.
Right.
If he can sing, he can just... It's like Milli Vanilli. Remember that? Then they just said, God, you know it's true.
But dude,
and you're like, these guys didn't sing it. He sounds like Kermit the Frog.
This is my point with that. first of all, singing a cappella on a radio show is very embarrassing, and I don't particularly want to do that, number one. And number two, that's like saying, hey, if you're a great stand-up comedian, that means I can give you a topic and you can just riff on it for 5 minutes and it'll be hilarious. There's different aspects to... No, that's not true, dude.
It is true.
That's not true.
Our first 40 minutes, was any of that we even worked out? We just joked around.
I know, Bill.
I like to think it was a little humorous.
But perfect example, you tried that one new bit last night on stage. It wasn't where it needs to be yet, and you were struggling through it. And you were going...
Struggling through it, but I was still, like, I wasn't like I was tone deaf, like forgetting how to say words is what I'm saying.
But my point is, there were no
just
laughs.
Sing row, row, row your boat,
but
Joe. I'll do the second one. You row, what I mean, row your boat.
Let me finish my point. There weren't laughs in the bit because the bit wasn't ready, you know? And it's just because you're a great comic doesn't mean you can just take anything and make it brilliant immediately off the bat, which to me...
Joe, I'm not asking you to freestyle a fucking song. You can write one that works. Pick one that won a Grammy. You know why people pick on you, Joe? It's your fucking shoes.
Yeah, I was going to mention
just staring at those awful fucking size 15 loafers.
Singing a cappella to me is like going on stage with no material. That's my equivalent to that. Okay?
I know. You need the Phil Spector wall of sound to drown out your mediocre voice. I know.
It's also a shitload easier to stay in a certain key fucking
sing a Tom Petty song
when you have the instrument behind you and you know what fucking key you're in.
But you know, if we do it with this game, it'll measure his accuracy, so that it won't be necessary to get people on the phone to give their opinions. It'll just decisively give you like how well you did.
You know what? Yeah, I still don't give a. Just let him do it then.
Dude, I'm not dying to do it. I know what I can do. I don't need you to say it's.
Yeah, I know, Joe. Now back up as you talk this shit out of the fucking room.
I'm just saying, but don't say let him do it. I'm not begging you to do it. I'm just saying this is why Danny said
Joe,
let's
I said I didn't want to do it, and then you're like, what the fuck is going to be fun? So I'm fine. Let him do it, and now you're saying, I can't make you happy. I disagreed, now I agree.
Let him do it just so we could fall on his face, and then we could all laugh at him. And it'll be 20 minutes.
This is what I mean, but this like, you guys are being such cunts about it. That's why I don't want to do it. If you guys weren't
Joe,
such
we're basing it off of the singing you've done on this show. First
Bill,
impressions
the singing
are brutal.
I do where I'm impersonating a song to be funny. Honestly, like you can't decipher when I'm just trying to be obnoxious and funny, and I'm not really trying to sing. I'm just going. I'm like being an idiot. You can't see by the expression on my face. I'm fucking joking around.
No, I can't decipher.
That's amazing to me. That's amazing to me.
I mean, it sounds like the guy's sort of like talking.
Keith's in traffic, by the way. He just texted me. Our guest.
Well, why don't you start crooning until we're done, till he gets here?
For instance, Bad Religion, my favorite band. Lead singer, good singer. Could he sing a cappella well? No. I've heard him try to do it. But can he front that band well? Yes. That's the difference. That's the only point I'm trying to make.
I got the point, Joe. You're as good as the guy in Bad Religion.
No, I
the
didn't
guy
say
who
that.
actually went out and sold albums and made it as a musician. I understand.
All right, Bill. Well, I'm just a comedian. That's all comedians can ever be. You should stop acting because you're not De Niro. Okay?
No, what I should do is back up out the door and then present myself as an actor like I am De Niro, and then come in here, do a mediocre job at a monologue, and then say that I proved it because some trucker said I did.
You've already made...
This reminds me of one time I was on the train and I kept making eyes with this guy. You know how you just do that? And you don't want to back down, so you keep staring, right? So this guy, he gets up. His stop had came, and he got up. He walked out of the train, and as the doors were closing, he put his arms up and went, "What?" As the train doors were closing.
Yeah.
Just like, what am I going to do at that point as the train is speeding away?
You're going to punch him through the thing, yeah. And you know what I would love to hear? I would love to hear the way he told the story when he got to work. So I got in this guy's face, and I'm like, you got a fucking problem? Well, I didn't think so.
You're right.
That's what this is reminding me of.
But I'm not talking that kind of shit today. That shit was talked 3 episodes ago, and I admitted that I talked ridiculous shit. So I'm cleared of that. I paid my fucking penance for that.
No, Joe, you don't get to decide if you're cleared of it. It's an ongoing thing that you do. It's what makes you funny.
I didn't talk that kind of shit today about me singing. I said I think I'm a decent singer. I can carry a fucking song. That's what I said.
He just keeps dropping it down
I'm
and down
not
and down.
dropping it down.
Carrying a tune, Joe. Jesus Christ. I mean, what the fuck?
Because in one breath you're saying that you could carry a tune. You're not trying to be this big singer, but you're saying that you could carry a tune. But in the next breath you're saying that you could be on Broadway with some practice.
No, I realize how ridiculous that statement sounds.
Watch him back out the door. He's backing out the door now. Here we go.
What? What?
Bill,
Yeah, what, Joe? What?
Yeah, there are certain. All right, I don't know what to say.
Joe, I'm not saying that you're not
How
talented.
many Broadway shows have you seen?
0.
There are the showstopper numbers. I couldn't do those, but there are plenty of songs with secondary characters where I'm like, I could sing that fucking song. It's not that hard. A lot of the songs aren't any harder than anything you might hear on the goddamn radio.
You know what
dude?
this reminds me of? I remember one time, like, this guy booked me in this gig. It was literally like an Elks Club, right? It was brutal. And the show, it's like 4 PM, so it's broad daylight. And one of those deals, like, you don't want to see the crowd before you go up. They had me eating with the crowd, okay? And before they bring me up to do my jokes, they decide they're going to have people from the crowd come up and do, like, street jokes, you know? And they're going up there, and there's this one guy who can actually tell, like, a decent street joke, but it's a fucking street joke. He didn't write it. And he goes up there 3 times, and each one of them kills. And by the time he does the third one, he just goes, see, there's nothing to it. What do we need this guy for? It's the same shit.
It's not the same.
You're looking at
shit.
somebody on Broadway. Really, Joe? You think that you could literally go down to those Broadway auditions and you could just book that part? It's not that hard?
No, Bill, I don't think I can waltz in and just book the part.
Hey,
What
I
I'm
saw
saying
Joe
is,
on The Tonight Show. You know, it's not that. Yeah, it's just some guy in a warehouse. It's not that hard. I could do what he does.
Stephen Lynch is on Broadway right now.
Stephen Lynch can sing his ass off.
Well, I'm just all right. You know, so you know,
Well, if you're going to get into talent, I mean, shit.
it's not so. But it's not inconceivable to you that Stephen Lynch
Wait a
can
minute,
sing.
wait a minute. Are you telling me that you're on the same level as Stephen Lynch as
I
a
don't
singer?
even know what Stephen Lynch sounds like. when
Dude,
he
he's
sings.
fucking awesome.
But my point is this: you're telling me that it's not inconceivable for you to think that Stephen Lynch could possibly sing and be a funny comic, but it's impossible for me.
No,
to be
you know
able
what
to
it's,
do
Joe?
the
I'm
two.
basing it
That's
on.
what I don't get.
I'm basing
dude.
it on the singing that I've heard you
the
do.
ridiculous singing that I do.
I'm
in
being
pers-
wacky.
Yeah, Bill. Just like when you said I purposely
like-
picked a song out of my range to be because it would add to the humor. I'm being fucking funny, dude.
No, but I always said that I sucked at drums.
And we
too.
even
But
played
dude, no,
my
but
song
no.
on the
Back
air,
up, back
and
up.
you said
back
you
up,
can sing.
Back up. I said that I sucked at drums. That was
don't
the
suck.
difference. That was the difference. Joe, compared to you, I don't suck, which is my fucking point. I'm saying, dude, every time I go to Guitar Center, where there's real fucking, like, you know, musicians and shit, there's like always like some fucking 8-year-old prodigy, and I'm just sitting there with my jaw on the ground going, I just don't have that gift. Like, dude, anybody can fucking, like, you could take someone who's semi-funny and they can do like a bunch of fucking stand-up and shit, and they'll just be like, you know, he can do it, but he's like holiday party kind of fucking guy,
Right.
as opposed to a professional comic. That's what I'm saying. Dude, I don't even give a fuck anymore. Can I just agree? Okay, dude, you're the shit. Fuck it. Good Lord.
I'm not, dude. You're the one.
Dude,
that's-
I'm just fucking around.
You're carrying this fucking axe about the fact that 3 months ago I talked some shit, and I've admitted to I talked shit and it was retarded. And now I'm just being like, but I'm not going to sit here and let you go. You suck, and I'm going to.
No, but
okay,
now-
I suck, Bill.
But now you're
That's
doing it
that
again.
fucking seller mentality. I'm not doing that.
Now you're doing it again, though. Now you're doing it with singing, and then I got to sit there and watch you
I'm
be.
not doing it. I didn't say anything ridiculous.
All right, it's enough. Okay, it's enough. Forget it.
I
Forget
suck, Bill. I suck.
I'm not
worthless.
saying you, dude. Jesus fucking Christ! All right, dude.
Look, Keith called, so we should probably take a break and see what the fuck's
He's
going
going to
on.
be there. Yeah, for the love of God.
Yeah.
Let's end this segment. All right.
How many? By the way, what number of times has that argument been on the show? That's going to be the 5th time we've argued about that to that degree. It's got to be, right?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's ridiculous. That's
All
why
right,
I
let's
don't
drop it.
want to do.
No more.
Yeah, whatever, dude. You're
Bill,
a great singer. Forget it.
Merry Christmas. I
Yeah,
love you, pal.
Merry Christmas. You know, 3 days before Christmas. I can't believe I'm arguing with you like this. I mean, it just really isn't bringing in the holiday
Just
cheer
please
here.
come home for Christmas, all right?
I am
let's
going
not
home.
fight.
Where's home for you, Joe?
I gotta
Nashville, the music city
There he
capital of the
goes.
world.
There's
Huh?
the
You gotta
cunt.
go down there.
I dropped it, and the cunt had to start it up again.
I gotta have something funny going into the break. Joe, I said, Joe, you're fucking, you know, you're a good drummer, man. I'm just saying, you know, I don't know what the fuck more you want from me.
Nothing. I said drop it. Let's drop it. You know.
And I make one little joke, and then you get all fucking
I just said,
flustered.
there goes
you
the
get
cunt
You know what it
again.
is, dude?
I'm not flustered.
It's your feet. If you would just take those fucking, dude, you look like you were barefoot. You just stepped into a mold of plastic, and they just made those shoes. Look. Do you know, like, remember rubbers, galoshes? He has somehow, like, got, like, solid galoshes on. Like, there's no shoe
like he
underneath it.
Put his foot in a vacuum press.
Well, what do you want me to say?
Nothing, Joe.
nothing,
I just want
bro.
you to sit there with your annoying feet in my peripheral.
I got nothing. You guys are doing a little gang up. I see what you're doing. But at
Joe,
the
we're
end of
joking.
the day,
We're joking.
your hat
Just
sucks.
like you're singing. Just
Your
like
hat
you're singing.
sucks.
It does.
It's terrible. You were wearing that horrific sweater the other night with that gigantic collar V-neck on it.
What horrific sweater?
Yeah. Let me think back. The only horrific sweater, only sweater I ever see where that tan fucking
That was a nice sweater.
Mr. Robinson's Neighborhood sweater.
It was
that
nice,
you wear.
and I look good in it
It's-
because I actually have pecs.
It's
I actually
horrendous.
have a chest, Joe.
It's a horrendous sweater.
Really, Joe? What about that used parachute jacket you fucking wanted to wear
Oh,
on
you mean
stage?
the penguin jacket? That's really awesome that I
Yeah.
get compliments on all the time. Yeah,
Oh, really?
it
Well,
sucks.
you mean that fucking sweater I got at DKNY? What are you, Rich Voss?
Oh, that sweater.
It's a
sucks.
Claiborne. You start pulling out
You
the
just
name.
did the same thing.
What do you mean?
You just said DKNY. You just did the same
After you
fucking
said
thing.
it, you fucking
well,
idiot.
So what? Tit for tat, brother. If you're above doing that,
He
sort of
didn't
thing,
even
don't
get what
do
I
it.
was doing. He just shed all up. When you shed all over it, I didn't bring up the fact that it was an
That
expensive.
sweater
I didn't.
sucks. That sweater sucks.
Joe,
the neck on it is hideous.
You're not a good dresser, Joe.
Bill,
You're not.
Bill,
You have a terrible
you're
body,
trying to get-
and you're buying clothes that
Bill,
do not compliment it.
I dress so much better
Dude,
than you.
he wears-
It's ridiculous.
Oh,
I dress so much better than you. It's ridiculous.
Really?
It's really
Why don't we
ridiculous.
have an outfit off?
he showed up one night. He showed up one night with a lime green T-shirt of Darth Vader clipping hedges.
One time 4 months ago, and don't really even wear the T-shirt anymore. And you really,
Why?
are you
Why?
trying to get,
Why?
you trying
Why
to
don't
get
you wear
Danny
it
on your
anymore?
side as
He
wears
didn't
his
wear it
Bob
anymore.
Ross felt T-shirt on. You
He
trying
didn't-
to
he
get Danny
didn't-
on your side with his Target clothes he's wearing.
He never claimed to be like this great dresser.
Yeah, I get tons of compliments on
Dude,
this shirt, Joe.
I didn't claim to be one until you told me I was a shitty dresser.
I didn't say you were a shitty dresser.
just
I
said-
made fun of your
He
shoes.
just fucking said you're an awful dresser. Ugh.
You're not an awful dresser, Joe. It's you. Your clothes are too form-fitting.
My clothes look good on me, and I get compliments on them. So I don't know. I've been.
You
dressed-
know what he looks like? He looks like that. You know that bird in that comic strip shoe that has all the papers coming out of his desk.
No.
No,
too
Bill.
obscure?
Nobody gets
Yeah,
your
I don't know.
shitty reference.
All right, he looks like a fucking. He looks like a little skinnier Jack Klugman.
Well, whatever. Go wear that Bruce Lee T-shirt for the 8th fucking week in a row. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
And
okay.
you're the only guy
All
I
right,
still know
I'll do
that wears a fucking long sleeve thermal. You wear long johns under your T-shirts, and I'm gonna take criticism from you on this with your hat that you got for free somewhere. You have
Terrible.
It's
This is
not
all
terrible.
terrible. None of this is good, Joe.
It's not terrible. You wear long johns under your fucking T-shirts.
I wear a thermal. It's
Yeah.
winter out. It's
Yeah.
cold out.
Really?
Yeah.
Good. Why don't you go hand out soup
We're on the
somewhere?
radio, Joe.
Go hand out
Hand
soup
out
somewhere.
soup, you
Yeah.
fucking hack.
Yeah. Am I
Really?
a hack?
You loud. Would you grow up in a helicopter factory?
Am I a hack?
Terrible.
Shut up. You're just miserable. You just got to trash me for whatever you can trash me about.
All right, you know what? Somewhere this turns serious, and he's actually fucking thinks I give a shit.
It didn't turn serious.
Not yet.
Every fucking thing I do, you go.
Doesn't he
it's-
sound hurt? Does he
Yeah.
sound hurt?
No, you do sound hurt.
Can I
He
tell
sounds
you
hurt.
how
He
annoying
sounds
it is,
hurt.
though?
All right,
that-
Joe, you're a great dresser. You're a great singer. You're a
Can
great
I-
drummer. Everything you do is great. I'm sorry you were abandoned as a child. All right.
Whatever.
We're going to break.
Don't
here.
patronize me now.
We're going to break. You listen to Uninformed. Bill Burr, Joe DeRosa, 3 days before Christmas.
Yeah,
God
Merry
bless you,
fucking
Joe.
Christmas,
Joe,
Bill.
who put you in the liner notes of their CD? You didn't do that with mine, huh? With your band CD?
I don't have
your
a CD to put you in
multi-selling
the liner
fucking
notes
band.
in.
What about your little fucking where you dress like Kanye West on your business card? How come you didn't give me a shout out on that thing?
I don't know. I was dressed so awfully in the picture. I was
I
embarrassed.
said
to
you
attach your name
look
to
like
it.
Kanye West.
Yeah, stick it up your ass. Merry fucking Christmas.
All right, Joe, I love you, man. Come on, let's just.
I love you too,
All
Bill.
right, we're going
Go
to
the
break.
fucking break.
Maybe Keith will actually not reinforce the stereotype, and we'll get here on time.
Dude, where the he's an hour late.
Yeah, let's play some Christmas music. Try to bring it around.
Hi, this is adopted baby Joe DeRosa with a holiday message for my biological parents. You know, guys, it's been 29 years. You could send a fucking card at this point. It's not like I'm looking to get anything. offer you financially. You don't have any fucking money anyway. You were both immigrants. And, you know, immigrants are always broke. You're fucking a couple of cunts. You know that? Just something. Could you give me something maybe to just fill the emotional pit you left in me? You fucking assholes. Thank you. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. If it wasn't for the two of you, I wouldn't be so miserable that I got to do a fucking radio show at 9 p.m. on a Saturday with this miserable cocksucker sitting. Fuck you. Fuck the two of you. I hope you fucking die.
Hey, we're back. Bill Burr, Joe DeRosa, spreading the holiday cheer. Listening to some more classic holiday music.
You're very good at it. It's as if we just came back from a real break.
I know, right?
I'm very impressed.
And I'm liking this Christmas music that I'm actually not hearing right now. It's putting me... I think, Joe, we would get along a lot better on this show if we just always played some of these classic Christmas songs. Not the ones from recently, the ones from way back in the day. The real Christmas music.
They're great. Nothing puts a smile on my face like Sinatra's Jingle Bells. Just hearing him swing around the jingle bells, it really makes me smile.
Sound like he's subtly trying to collect money from somebody?
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say, he still sounds tough in it. It's fucking jingle bells.
Yeah, but you know, I don't understand. How come there hasn't been, no one has written a good Christmas song? Like, you know, it's weird, like in the 1800s, when did they come up with all this Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer's horse shit? Who gets credit for writing that story?
Yeah, when did they make that song? In 1392?
Who gets credit for that Live for Children? This is what you tell your kids.
That's a good one. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is a good one. Jingle Bells is a good one. Classic.
Which one? You know what?
King Wenceslas.
You know what I always hated was Silver Bells.
I hate Silver Bells. I've never been a big fan of the Christmas song either. That Nat King Cole song. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Yeah,
and all that Johnny Mathis stuff I'm not into. I don't know, but you know what it is? You just listen to it as a kid.
I like those guys. I just don't like that song.
You listen to it as a kid, so that means like that's like Christmas to you. But like somewhere along the line, I don't know. I can't. No, like there's not been a good Christmas song in at least 40 years. I think.
Well, I would say 15.
Like Madonna.
15 years ago.
Santa baby.
Yeah, that's
she hoard it all up. Here's my pussy, baby.
That song sucks.
Well, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer was created by Robert L. May in 1939.
Wow.
1939. Now, the story of Rudolph?
Yes, the story is owned by the Rudolph Company and has been sold in numerous forms, including a song special and other stuff, feature film.
So he named it after himself?
No, the guy's name was Robert.
But it was the Rudolph family?
I don't know. It just says the story is owned by the Rudolph Company. I think it's just they own
the
rights to Rudolph.
What lie did they tell kids? When did they come up with this whole Santa Claus thing? When did they come up? So what lie were they telling kids? Like in the 1800s, like did you just go to church and they gave you like a blacksmith hammer? Is that what they gave a kid for Christmas? What'd you get for Christmas in what'd you get for Christmas in like the 1800s?
Well, Santa. I mean, the whole Santa Claus legend. I mean, that goes back a pretty long way.
It does? Well, what was
where?
Well, he just wasn't the fat jolly guy that you guys know today. Like the whole Santa Claus
was he a rapist committing genocide? I mean, was he the guy who killed the Indians?
The only reason he looks like in red and white is because Coca-Cola re-imaged him back in probably like the 40s, like 30s, 40s.
Really?
Yeah, that's why. That's why he's red and white. Santa used to be like just wearing anything. Not anything, but I mean, he didn't have to be
red.
T-shirt,
Jägermeister T-shirt,
and
some jeans,
form-fitting shoes.
There you go, right? Yeah, coming down.
But yeah, Coca-Cola totally.
Danny really does dress like he just won one of those awful carnival games.
It's terrible.
Like, what do you want? You want the Twisted Sister, or do you want the Dawkins T-shirt?
Look at these mom jeans. Look at his ass in these mom jeans. Turn around in those fucking things. Look. You got that wide spread on the back there? Oh, my God.
What are you talking about?
You know what? They're mom jeans, Danny.
What the fuck are you talking about?
He's saying you got on mom jeans.
Buy Danny
what
some
are you going to do about
Christmas.
it? What? Keith Robinson just walking in. Just walking in. Stop
here
acting
he
like,
is.
you know what I don't like? He already walked in like he was above the gig, yet he sat in traffic to get here. Just sit down, stupid. You got nothing going on in your
He's
career.
wearing one of her
This may be
signature
the
fucking
worst.
zip-ups.
Oh,
There
my
he
God.
is.
Grab a mic, grab the mic there.
This
Like
has to
before
be-
shut up before you start yelling at us. We were thinking this is our Christmas episode, so we had to bring in somebody who is going to bring in the holiday cheer, who's the most uplifting guy we know, and it has to be miserable Keith Robinson. What's up, man?
Keith Robinson.
I'm just annoyed right now. I'm annoyed
should
that
be.
Joe is on a radio show and he can't afford cable. That shows you how awful this show
You
is.
thought about that the whole car ride up here, didn't you?
Stupid. He has payment arrangements on everything, and he has a radio show.
I am. I'm broke. What are you going to do?
No,
I'm
it really
broke. My
sucks.
landlord.
Anytime I've ever crashed with him, it's the worst. And he's got the worst movies. He goes to that bargain bin VHS thing. He has like
This
what
fucking guy.
is that? What is that movie you like there? The one that I always My Blue Heaven.
It's a great flick. Danny, isn't my
I
beloved a good
do
movie?
like that movie.
You do
You know,
like it.
I think it's because I'm 10 years older than you. Like, I guess if I was a kid, that would have been like my Pee Wee Herman or something. But
It's a funny movie. It's funny. Rick Moranis is funny in it. Steve Martin's funny in it. Joan Cusack's funny in it.
Joan Cusack, you mean?
Cusack, whatever the fuck. She's funny in it.
Oh, you can. Oh, you know what? This show has so. I think the FCC is not even paying attention to the show.
That's your first one that bombed, and then I really enjoyed that. You just tried to trash the show.
I know this show.
You look a little uncomfortable, Keith.
This
You're
show
trying to
bugs
act
me.
like you're smooth.
I am
You know,
smooth,
somebody get
man.
him some headphones
His
so he can
generic
feel.
Adidas fucking cover-up doesn't fit. He's got two extra.
Oh.
I know.
Fuck.
What'd you say?
Come on, Burr. Jump in on it. Quit. Don't let me hang that long.
Nah, man, you can handle Keith
Look, I'm
one-on-one.
gonna tell you what. If y'all get 20 listeners calling in, that'll stop me
You
from
know
walking
something?
out. I just want 20.
I don't like how Keith.
I don't believe
Keith is
you have-
acting like he's above this show, like he
I
has,
am.
like he has a more successful show. You know what? Why don't we get into what Keith has going on in his career?
You wanna
that he
do
has,
that?
that he has the hype, so we can see why he's so above this show.
I'm going to show you why I'm so above the
Okay,
show.
what do you have going on here? He's already stalling. He's trying to make up stuff.
I got to show you.
Yeah.
Get your fingers out my face.
You got to talk into the mic, Keith, Mr. Professional.
This big mic is getting on my goddamn nerves.
Go ahead.
What-
Like Petey
Isn't
Green.
this what microphones look like when you started in comedy?
Joe, wait a minute.
I know.
Joe just bombed
What-
again.
No, I
What-
didn't. He
yeah.
didn't hear it because you were talking over it.
Oh,
What-
Big
what-
Billy didn't hear. I don't like how his feet was up like he's the boss. That
I am
really
the boss,
annoys-
stupid.
Oh, here we
If you
go.
don't start being a better guest, we're tossing you out of here. You can jump back in your Ford Focus, Mr. Successful. Keith Robinson. The
I
fuck
have
do you
a
get
different
off
car.
showing up in a fucking economy car trying to trash our
sweet
show?
God,
That's
I
it. He doesn't even know how to put
can't
headphones
I
on.
can't figure
He
it
does
out.
so little
Ah,
radio.
shit.
I got Bose headphones.
All right.
Now, here we go.
Okay, so where are you working? Who are you opening for coming up?
Well,
Where's
okay.
Wanda working, and who are you warming up for?
Well, number one, I'll be warming up for Bernie Mac. 2, Steve Harvey. 3,
Yep, he does. Keith, basically,
Keith,
you know,
Prince of
I'm a
comedy?
career opener.
yeah, you know
I
when
have no problem saying that.
when you go to see somebody famous, you know, and you're there getting a hot dog and you hear that person babbling in the background, you're like, who the fuck is that guy? How did he end up doing that? And you think that the person actually knows George Carlin or actually hangs out with the star that they're opening for. He doesn't. Keith has a broom closet down the hall, and he opens
Keith's-
up for
yeah.
all the.
You start losing confidence in that. I just see it in your
He's at
face.
the
I didn't start
concession
losing
stand.
confidence in it.
He's at the concession stand during the intermission buying the fucking hot dog, just praying somebody asks him a
Really?
question.
Really? Where are you at tonight, Joe?
I am at Caroline's
With who?
with
You're opening for me, stupid. You're opening for me.
Shit. I hate it.
I like it. I'm doing the show with 2 career openers. Yeah, but you know something? Joe still has hope.
Joe has
not-
no hope.
I'm
Have
not-
you seen
I'm-
his act?
I'm not
he
saying-
has no hope.
I'm coming up the ladder. I'm coming up the ladder. Jogging right
He's
by you.
chasing Mike Vecchione.
For
That's
those
great,
of you
Keith.
that
Yeah,
don't
No
know,
one
for
knows
those of
who
you who don't know who Mike
Mike
Vecchione is,
All right.
this is why
What do you mean
Keith
those
opens.
you? It's 5 people. Give me 20 listeners calling in. I just need 20.
Keith, we're doing real well in the show, and we get great
I want to
reviews.
see 20 people call
And we
the
get
show.
great reviews. You want-
Different
hey,
numbers.
here's one thing that a lot of people don't know about Keith. Keith is one of the worst gamblers in the history of gambling. Anytime, you actually owe me $100. Anytime I need to make like $100, you know what I like this? Look at this. He has the old 100 with like the little face on it. Did you take this out of your piggy bank?
Come on
You
now.
broke son of a bitch.
You damn right.
You know he's got a hole in the backyard.
Let's bet the Ricky Hatton. I know who you're going for. Ricky Hatton Mayweather fight.
Huh?
Let's bet that right now.
Dude, you think I'm gonna buy into that Great White Hope thing again?
I thought you would go.
Have you guys been watching that thing at all?
No, not at all.
The guy who makes those HBO boxing things, they do turn them into these miniseries. I don't know who the guy is who does these things, but it's like they get you so amped up for the fight. They could literally have me fighting Mike Tyson, and they would edit it in a way that you'd be like, I think Bill has a shot. I really think he's got a shot. And then you plop down like $60. And within 3 seconds, my face would be on the other side of the ring.
So this documentary thing, it's just a vehicle to sell the pay-per-view.
Yeah, and it's great too.
It's great,
it's because they're both great at talking shit. It's you got the classic, the English guy. I'm gonna fucking. He's talking like that, and Mayweather's talking all this trash. And I gotta admit, Keith, and I think this isn't racist at this point because black people have so dominated that sport. I can't tell you how bad I want the fucking white dude to win. I just for once.
But that's what I want to hear, though. I hate white guys trying to pretend like they're not racist.
Well, let me ask you: is it like? Do you think it's okay at this point for me to deliberately root for like a white wide receiver?
Yes.
To be overly excited
You can do it. Just
about Wes Welker?
Yeah, but
like
don't
shit,
act
he's
like...
actually fast. He's actually outrunning a couple of those black guys.
No, it's exciting.
I hate for people to, Joe, don't say anything's exciting because you don't watch sports.
I was going to chime in.
We'll get to the soaps later.
This is my,
what are you
this is my fucking show, and you will respect me on my radio show.
Billy,
I know. He really does.
Make him put his feet down.
We've been trying the whole time. We've been making fun of his plastic galoshes that he's wearing.
There's nothing wrong with these shoes.
He got his Stormwatch boots on.
He does. He has on pleather moccasins. Look at the stitching on the side.
You know what?
That was made by a sad Native American.
I can't even act like I'm not with you. Like, I was at my house with Patty today, and I'm just sitting there going, I don't want to put these fucking shoes on. I hate these fucking shoes. But I didn't have any other black shoes that went with a button down, and I had to fucking wear them. You guys are
First of all,
absolutely
they're
right.
not shoes.
They stink.
Let's deal.
They stink. I got them in a gift
And
bag.
Joe tries to tell me he looks good in like a button down. Look how you look like you just got fired. You just got done drinking. It's all like wrinkled and shit. You look like you had a real stressful day.
No, the blazer goes over it, and it's a great fucking outfit, and you look good on stage, all right? That's what you do when you want to look like a professional. You dress like a goddamn man, not in those fucking... I'm reaching for something right now.
You got nothing. You got nothing. Because you know what's funny? I came down dressed like I'm on the radio. You're wearing the shit you're going to wear on stage.
Because I got to go out to work tonight right from the fucking show. What do you want me to do?
You
Yes,
don't.
I
You
do.
have time. You have time to go home.
Well, Bill...
Why don't you go home and
if
freshen
Keith
up,
didn't
Joe?
show up 2 hours late, maybe I would have had time. You're gonna have to go right to the.
Ooh.
You're gonna have to walk right to the stage in that fucking Hanes Sports Authority bargain bin T-shirt you're fucking wearing right now.
It's an athlete's foot T-shirt on top,
and that shrunken hat that you stole off of some 12-year-old kid.
He does look like a little league softball coach.
I'll freshen up. I'm going to put on a sweater for you again tonight. He didn't like my sweater last night.
Wait a minute.
I had on a nice beige sweater on.
Keith, I wish you could have seen
He just
this
trashed
fucking
me.
sweater.
Did you see the kid? You know who Joe Horn is?
Yeah, guy. Is he still on the Saints, or did he get traded?
No. This is Joe Horn from Houston, Texas. He's seen two neighbors coming out of the house, breaking into
Wait, just to stop. Is this the guy from the Saints who used the cell phone?
No, this is some white redneck guy.
Joe Horn?
Joe Horn is his name.
What is with you? Did you see Mike Vecchione? You're just using these obscure
No,
things.
Joe Horn. It's a guy named Joe Horn. I'm going to explain it to you.
All right.
It's not obscure. If you got any listeners, they've seen this. He caught two. He caught two. I'm sorry,
maybe if we
Bill.
hype.
I know you didn't
maybe
like that
maybe if we hype that you're coming. I just really, you know what I mean. You
I'm sorry,
You
Bill.
got to
I
be
see
coming
the
from a
look in
place
your
of like
eyes.
success.
No, if you.
I'm gonna slap those fucking Biggie small glasses right up your face.
His I just got out of prison and converted to Muslim
No,
glasses.
Why did
that
you
he
add
does
to
it.
that joke?
Because
Why would
it
you
got
add
him
to
to
him?
fucking laugh. Shut your fucking
I actually,
mouth.
you went the wrong direction. He actually looks like he's going to do a comic view. He's getting his orange suit steam pressed. You already got your glass
been
on,
canceled for 4 years.
and you'd know that because you
know,
watched that
thank
horrible
you for
channel.
saving my bomb with your worst bomb.
No, Joe Horn, what happened is these two guys was breaking in his neighbor's house. Mm-hmm. And Joe Horn called 911 up. And he's like, all right, I'm about to go over there.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
about to shoot him.
I heard that. Yeah,
and he
yeah.
said, you hear the click, click, and he showed the gun.
And he went over and he shot the guy.
And he shot 2 of the guys, killed him dead.
It was in Texas, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I read
Houston
that.
is in Texas.
I wasn't
And
listening
what
when
did
you
that
were
story
speaking.
have to do with what we were talking about with the
What?
rooting for white athletes?
So
now what? I can root for a white redneck with a gun?
Yeah.
Did he shoot black guys? I mean, I don't want to take it to that level,
It's
dude.
Colombian.
I'm just saying I'm psyched at this.
He thought they were black. he didn't know they were Colombian immigrants.
Dude, Wes Welker is the first white wide receiver. I think it's like maybe Steve Largent, because I never got into that nerdy looking guy on Denver. Who's the guy that they had? Joe, who is that white wide receiver?
Joe completely doesn't.
I know, he doesn't know.
Chuck Spruce, I believe was his name.
Chuck Spruce. That's the name. That's the white guy name you come up with. He came up with a Def Jam white guy name. Wes Walker is like, but he's all right though.
Well, here we'll get into your gambling. Anybody wants to make money here, all you do is do the opposite of what Keith's going to say. We're pre-recording this thing. It's going to be airing on December 22nd. Do you think the Patriots are still going to be undefeated at that point?
Definitely not. They're going to lose to Pittsburgh this weekend. So
Sunday. Put your money on the Patriots. You heard it.
Pittsburgh Patriots will absolutely be undefeated still through the end of this season.
Joe, who's the quarterback of the New England Patriots?
Into the next season.
Let's see how famous Tom Brady is. If he can, just fucked it up.
Tom Brady, I knew that.
God damn it!
Who's their wide receivers?
Fucking Tom Brady, I believe, switches positions and plays both positions on the field.
Who's the quarterback for the Colts?
Randall Cunningham.
This is like fascinating.
Oh my God.
Like name the top 3 running backs of all time that you feel. Who are the top 3?
Mike Quick.
It's all Eagles. How about a Wilbert Montgomery?
Doug Flutie. And
Jesus Christ,
Joe is awful.
What do you do with all your free time? That actually fascinates me because
I play video games.
Keith plays video games. He can still talk about sports like a man.
I read a little bit.
You don't read.
I watch a lot of DVDs.
I know you don't have cable.
Yeah,
you gotta watch DVD. You don't watch DVDs.
I go shopping.
You got to top load and VHS.
I walk down the street. I look into bars that have cable.
Yeah.
I try to get the gist of what's going on.
I really am like a woman. I really enjoy shopping quite a bit, and I'll take myself out during the day sometimes and
to buy a new outfit.
buy little things for myself. Maybe I like a thrift store. A bargain.
Shoes.
I like a nice bargain at a store sale. I get very excited about that. That's basically my life, dude. I
Shoes
sleep
made
a
out
lot,
of a
too.
beaver's tail.
Yeah, I sleep a lot. There's a lot of sleeping in my day. And
all right, Joe,
and
your day's
eating.
boring. Let's get back to sports. So what do you think? They're going to lose to the Steelers?
Yeah, they're definitely going to lose to the Steelers.
Oh, yeah?
Steelers are going to put it to them.
Why?
Brady, they've been getting pushed around a lot. And because
You know what? I got to give it up to Keith. Keith has been saying since September, he's like, I don't like their defense. You said it during the Cowboys game.
Guess what? Can we not talk about this? This is fucking boring to me. I can't.
What are we going to talk about shopping?
No, but I can't add anything to this at
Joe.
all.
Joe, what are some of the new hot new looks for the fall?
Well,
Can we talk about something besides sports, for Christ's sakes?
Joe, there's a lot of people who like sports.
All right.
So why does it have to be all about you?
It's not all
we
about
have
me.
19 listeners, Joe. I'll tell you, 18.
Well, you told me my day was boring. This shit is boring to me. This is just as boring to me as my day is to you.
Well, then why don't you go run out and go on a shopping spree? I'll throw you $20. What do you got, Keith?
I'll throw 20.
I mean, we're not a sports show. Sit here talk about your picks for the season.
Joe, you know what this is a callback to?
What?
That's like when the people from the Church of Satan, we had them come in and they ended up being boring, so I attacked them and you got pissed at me and you're like, can we really fucking talk to the guest? We have a guest in.
All right.
Why don't you treat him like a guest?
Yeah,
he's
treat me
into
like a
sports.
guest.
All right.
He's into sports.
All right.
He's not really a guest, you know.
Joe, all right. Did you play any sports when you were?
No, I'm not saying you got to talk to me, but can we talk to someone
Joe,
about
I don't give a
sports?
fuck. You don't set the parameters here. If I want to talk to you about it, I'm gonna. You answer it or you don't. No.
Who died and made you king shit all of a sudden?
Whoa.
What do you mean, who made me king shit?
This is our show.
I made it king shit.
This is our show.
No, it isn't our show. This isn't our show. Okay, Joe?
Yes, it is.
I'm grooming your replacement already. You don't even know it.
This is
You ever hear of Dan
show.
Natterman?
This is Uninformed
He's on-
with Bill and Joe.
And Joe. You're and Joe.
Co-hosts.
Okay, like Daryl Hall and John Oates.
Co-hosts.
Daryl Hall goes out on tour by himself.
Exactly. You go out on tour by yourself, forget it.
Joe, what sports did you play growing up?
I played soccer for a week, and I hated it. with a passion. Hated it with a
You
passion.
seem like the first time the ball, like, hit your
Two-hand-
shin, you just, like, went down in a heap. And
It was cold. The
only thing that gives Joe any kind of is he can rap a little bit.
Yes,
That's the only
Joe can
thing.
rap a little bit.
Joe
Yeah,
can
I
rap.
saw his.
Joe, he can rap a little bit. I was impressed with him. We had a lot of guys from the hood looking at him. There was a lot of pressure, and he came through.
He did. He did his 8 Mile thing, and he did it out in front of the cellar, which I think is one of the ballsiest things ever.
All right. Well, thank you very much, guys.
Okay. Now,
you supposed to have broke off into a rap real fast.
No,
didn't
I'm not rapping.
Rap
if you think I'm rapping in this room with that fucking cocksucker that sits over there.
no, I believe in that
never
aspect of you. I believe in that aspect of you.
No
Joe never
way.
rapped?
No, I never rapped in the
You
show.
never rapped on the show?
Yeah,
You can
Joe,
pull
come
up-
on, Joe.
You can pull up one of my songs. You can
Shut
play
up.
it.
I'm not going on YouTube and looking for you, stupid rap.
You
right
don't
now.
do it. Danny does it, dummy. Danny will
just
pull it
just
up.
go check me out on YouTube. What am I, your fan?
Not
Rap.
you. I'm saying Danny can pick it up.
Why don't you
this
just-
is how radio works, Keith. There's a producer, and the guests don't actually have to do things.
Yeah,
like
that's
pull
how
up
it works.
songs
You don't
during
have to
the
go on
show.
YouTube.
No, but I'm
Have you ever
saying-
been on the radio? This must be real exciting
No,
for you.
it's
To
just
finally
great.
be on the radio.
Keith, it's kind of like when you produce your room in Philly, right?
Yeah.
You don't have to do all the little things.
Oh,
The
that's
sound man
right.
does certain
Actually,
That
I
was
do,
another.
yeah.
That's another part of his career.
That's what I thought we were getting to, and you guys broke off into what the Buffalo Bills are going to do this
We didn't
season.
say the
Joe,
Buffalo
we,
Bills.
we have an hour and 10 minutes
I
to
know.
fill
I'm
here.
like, I
all
was
right,
just being a.
stop shooting the load here.
I'm not shooting the load. I'm just fucking around.
You're
here.
running. You're running to the end. Well, Keith, like a lot of these rappers out there who they just don't rap. They also have a clothing line. They maybe have some cologne going on. They branch out, and a lot of people don't know that when Keith is not opening for somebody who's way more successful than him, he also.
What are you, Riddler? What kind of laugh is that?
That's a good guttural laugh. You've never heard it come out of my mouth because you're not funny.
You're used to being a sidekick.
Keith actually is. He's actually decided to phase out the stand-up party career and become a booker. Is that right?
No.
I've noticed
Not at
that
all.
you're.
I have a
you're-
room in Philadelphia that I do, man.
What do you mean that you do? You
That
book
I
it.
do.
You book it.
That I do, Billy. It's black room. It's a black people for black folk.
When you book it.
Huh?
And these people call up and they leave your veils. And do you have a little book that you fill it in?
I got
do
a
you,
little book.
Look, he's fidgeting. Look how
I'm making
uncomfortable
you
he
come
is.
there. I'm giving you $1.75. What you doing?
Keith, I'm never doing your
You're
room.
going to do it.
I'm never doing your room.
Yeah, you are.
I'm not.
Yes, you are.
I'm a little-
He'll never do it, but you will.
I'm a little
Joe,
hurt that you
I
didn't
won't
invite
do
me
it.
down.
Well, you should be hurt. Now back to you.
Yeah,
Billy.
why don't you invite him down so he can pay for cable?
Yeah, pay my cable bill this month. What do your spots pay down there?
My spots pay very well.
What do you get besides chicken fingers?
Jesus, look at Fuzzy Zeller over there.
What do you get?
How come the security guy downstairs look like Angelo Lozano?
Oh, and that guy has the worst attitude,
Yeah,
man.
he sucks. He's a dick. He's a dick.
I go, do I need to sign in? He's like, no, you're famous. You don't need to sign in. It's like, douche, just say yes. Thought I'd been here
Yeah,
enough
he's
times.
a fucking dick. Remember that day he was eating those hard-boiled eggs and yelling at us, and the fucking eggs were spitting everywhere?
Yeah, but Yeah, but you know what?
Danny yelled at him. Danny, but it was so funny the way Danny yelled at him because he really reprimanded him like a mom. Like he was like, "Listen, I don't appreciate the attitude that we get from you when we." I was like,
Because he's a fucking dick.
well, meanwhile, some old lady in the street, you fucking cunt.
She was a cunt.
I was like, why don't you give some of the cunt to that guy? down
Danny,
there?
that's your new hook. Danny calls it as he sees it.
That's according to who.
Plus,
he
that
sees.
guy has to sit down there. I mean, just that job, dude.
Yeah, I mean, you got to be a miserable fuck if
Hey.
like,
those
you're fucking
cathedral ceilings, your loser thoughts
Hey,
just
then go to-
echoing
go
in your
take
head.
a-
50 years old, and the best that you did with yourself was you fucking sit and watch a lobby.
Go take a fucking class
Fucking
and get
asshole.
another job then. What do you want from me? I didn't pick that fucking gig for him.
Well,
He's from some obscure fucking ambiguous foreign country. That job is like being Donald Trump where he comes from. I guarantee it.
Nah, he's from the Bronx, man.
No, he's
He's from the Bronx.
he lives in the Bronx. He's not from the Bronx.
That's all he's from.
Yeah, that guy's a fucking cunt, man. Fuck him.
But you're dressed like a doorman today. What?
What's on
And
your
Keith,
T-shirt?
he's leaving straight from here. He's going right to Caroline's.
What's on your T-shirt?
What is that? What?
What's on your T-shirt?
Keith is dressed like he's doing a guest star on The White Shadow.
What is that?
Too old a reference?
No,
Yes,
I thought it was
Jesus
funny,
Christ,
though.
Billy, update it.
What is
I
that?
know.
Look at his
I'm
gambling
really just-
fucking shirt that he's wearing.
Let me see.
Scatman Crothers had that over his bed in The Shining.
Yeah, he did.
Who
Shut
is
up
this
and
guy?
take
Danny,
it.
you should have never opened your mouth.
What is
I
that?
kind of like it, though.
Did you get that for free when you did a guest spot for
Keith,
Kevin
for the
Hart
love
at
of
the
God,
Borgata?
can you talk into the
Come
mic?
on! Fuck, Bill, you talked over another good one.
It wasn't a good one.
Yes,
You better
it
thank him for
was.
that. Say it again.
Danny's laughing. No, I'm not
I
saying
heard
it again.
Borgata.
It's
Do
over.
it again. Do it again.
No, it's over.
No, it's pre-recorded. It's pre-recorded. We won't keep the first one. Go
I
ahead.
said, did you get that for free when you did a guest spot for Kevin Hart at the Borgata?
Why would you do
That's
it again?
decent. That's decent.
Why would you do it again?
Because he said it was decent, and I don't like you.
Because your boss said it was decent?
Oh, fuck you.
Oh, oh, that made it. Look at it. You see a little twitch in his face? That made him
I
uncomfortable.
feel like this show, I got reduced to sidekick all
You
of a
are a
fucking
side.
sudden.
You've always been a sidekick. You've been
I
Big
knew
J's
it.
sidekick in life.
I knew you were doing this to me. I knew
What
you
did
were
I
doing
do?
this to me.
I brought a nice guy in for the holidays, and all of a sudden you're
'Cause
getting all defensive.
Burr's been saying little by little over the course of the show, he's been going, you know what, why don't you let me just intro everything? And, and every week he wants to intro more shit, and I knew he was just pushing me back into sidekick from co-host
Push you
to
back.
sidekick.
No, it isn't.
Push you
your-
back in the sidekick.
First of all, I'm joking.
So you
I'm
started
joking
off a
with you.
sidekick.
No, what I'm saying, Joe, is if you just have to have one guy be the point guy to go into break,
know,
come out of
I
break,
know,
so
I'm
it's
joking.
organized. You
I'm
dude,
making-
stop saying you're
I
joking
swear
when
to
you're not
God, I'm
joking. You
making
got
a joke.
beads of sweat on your forehead,
Bill,
and
because
it's bugging me.
98 degrees in here right now.
But you're layered.
Danny, have you done this producing before?
Sure, all the
Now,
time.
who would you say is the sidekick?
I'm gonna go with DeRosa on this one.
You know what?
Is it uninformed with Joe DeRosa and Bill
You know
Burr?
what? You know what?
Joe, you're going to let him do this? You're going to let him come in here and
Let me
divide
tell
and
you.
conquer? You're really going to let him do this?
First, I'll
He's
tell you.
taking the bait. Go ahead.
First, I'm going to do this. I was going to buy you a Christmas present because I like all the work you do for us. I'm going to buy something. I'm going to break it right in front of you and throw it in the street.
You can't
Second
pay
of
for
all-
cable.
He's going to buy me a present.
He was going to buy you one of those big M&M cookies.
Why don't you take the money you were gonna spend on a present for me and go get a vocal coach?
Oh, Jesus.
Ooh.
Wow.
I'm joking. It's a callback from before.
Look, get your girl in here right now because I'm going to start cutting really fucking deep. Sweetie, come in here for a second.
Oh, my gosh.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Wow. This, Joe, it's the holiday episode. What are you doing here?
No, I'm not going to attack her. I'm going to attack you. Forget it. Nobody's with me on that.
Joe, that was, I don't know what ugly direction you were going to take
I
that
was
in.
going to
But
make fun of him to his girl.
Joe,
Get his
wait.
girl to laugh at him.
wait till the January show. This is the holiday
This is
episode.
holiday.
Let's try to keep it nice. That's
It's
why we
full of
brought
cheer.
Keith Robinson in
This
here.
is full of cheer, goddammit.
This has been like the pile on DeRosa
Danny,
show,
you
so I
would-
gotta keep with the
Yeah,
theme.
no, I don't like how you're doing it though, because you won't pile on him. You're scared
Because
of
he's
him.
the boss.
He's not the boss. He's not the boss.
I like what Keith's saying.
He's not the boss. He's not the boss. Oh, my God.
Oh, that's hilarious. I'm sweating like an animal right now.
And see, that's the whole thing. I like the way you let your sidekick. You make him dress up. That's good. He's got a
You
nice
son of a
button
bitch.
down on.
Well, let's
son of
just
a
to
bitch.
switch it. Do you have any tips for him on how to be a good opener?
How to be a... Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're
no,
not
don't think
switching
you're going to
You're
come
not
in here and
good
start.
enough to
You're gonna
switch
start.
it.
I
What
just
do you
switched
have to do?
it.
Just
It's been
switch it.
switched.
All right.
Rhonda likes
All right,
pineapple
shiny
slices
glasses.
in the green room before the show, right?
That's what you add?
Yeah, that is what I added.
Really?
Shut up.
Are you allowed to make eye contact with your headliners? Or you just have to
Sometimes.
stare at the ground?
No looking at Wanda in the face.
What kind of shoes does Bernie Mac wear? I'm sure you look at him all the
I
time
don't know.
after you intro him.
What, do you bring lotion to Ashy Larry when you was opening up for them? Damn it! Ashy Larry, nothing. All
Nothing. I was opening for Charlie Murphy. You.
right. No, you was
Dumbass.
opening up for Ashy Larry.
Oh, 'cause he-
What
we
was
headlined.
Ashy
He
Larry's
headlined,
intro?
I know I didn't host. I middled. I featured.
Oh,
I featured.
Will you
and
stop
now I go to
being serious?
Caroline's. I go to Caroline's and I do very well.
They put Billy in the feature spot because he couldn't be the face man for that tour. Everybody would have walked out. They needed to
no
see-
one knew him.
they needed
Nobody
to
knew me,
see
admittedly.
a familiar face up front.
Admittedly. And if I was struggling now, that would actually hurt, but it doesn't.
What?
You know what, Keith? Next time I come to Caroline's, maybe I'll let you host. What do you think about that? You just can't look at me.
I'm looking right at
And there'll
you.
be no dark-skinned black guys from Philly allowed in the green room. I'm going to make you stand out in the hall.
No Ronnie Long, no Toure, and no other people. Nobody knows who the fuck I'm talking about.
Exactly. Now, listen to me. I want to get this really clear. Whose show is this? I just want to know when you want to sign a deal.
You know what
for
it is,
XM
really?
Radio,
And honestly,
whose show
it's
is
our
it?
show. And collectively, we don't like you.
You know, I
You
don't
think
like
you're
how
really
you
going to
just
come
try
in
win.
here?
That's
You
how I
came
know
in
that you're the
here
boss. I
and
already know
you
that you're the
tried.
boss.
You're
Because you
trying to
bring it all
divide and
together.
counter
No, I'm
with
not.
your Chuck Muncie fucking goatee. I don't like it.
Chuck Munsie's. Ain't nobody know who Chuck Muncie
Yeah,
is.
I know.
We got a lot of truck drivers out there. They know who he is.
No, but and Danny understands. Now, you know you have to respect Billy. But you know you can give it to him any way you want. Am I right,
Stop
Danny?
fidgeting, Keith. You're nervous. Okay, you got your little joke in, and it's over. Let's go
not
back
over
to
with.
you
I want
and how
Joe
you're
to admit
quitting.
that he's a
You're quitting
sidekick.
stand-up
But the worst
comedy,
part
and you're
is
now booking
Danny
rooms.
has to respect me more than he respects you. So how does that make you feel, 55-year-old comedy legend?
Hey, what's up there, fucking black rich boss?
How does that make you feel? You guys got the same goatee and everything. How does that make you feel?
I'm going to let this one run out. Go ahead.
Yeah.
It ran out.
What was it like?
It ran out all over your face.
What was it like to What was it like to audition for Last Comic Standing at 72?
Well, if I would have auditioned for Last Comic
Did you
Standing,
didn't jump
I
in.
never auditioned
I gotta
for
respect
Last
that.
Comic
I
Standing.
gotta respect that. You didn't audition for it either, did you?
Yes, Joe auditioned for it
Oh,
twice.
he did.
He auditioned twice.
I got nothing here. You got me.
2 times.
I can't even defend this.
You came back to get raped again?
Yeah, but he wore
That's why
his
I did
blazer.
that podcast.
He wore his blazer. He thought the blazer was the reason he didn't get it.
It was reality TV. Maybe that would have given him a hook. We got to give Joe a catchphrase because you know you're going to audition for it again.
No, I'm not. I'm
The
done.
third time
I
to
never
come
will.
in?
I swear to God, I never will. They told me I wasn't allowed.
Why don't you open with, I'm half white, half Egyptian, and I fucking blah, blah, blah.
I opened up with a bit, which I thought was funny, but it really bombed, where I talked about how Kurt Cobain
Boo.
and Biggie and Tupac died at the exact right time in their lives, and how Michael Jackson should have got shot right after Thriller.
That sounds like an awful Keith Robinson premise. It is. I know it is.
That's actually pretty good when you think about it.
Did you ever make
No,
that
I
funny?
thought about it.
What?
I said I thought about it.
That's very good. The context of the joke. You know what the whole thing of the joke is?
Do the joke,
Yeah,
Keith.
I
Do
get
the
the
joke.
joke.
It's like we die at the right time. People
Keith,
die.
I heard the joke on the tape I have from New York Entertainment when I was in
And
college.
somebody, you know, who stole that damn joke? Somebody stole my joke.
Good.
Oh.
You shouldn't have owned it in the first place. Who stole it?
That was a brilliant joke, actually.
I got you doing it on 2 Drink Minimum or whatever fucking show it was.
What year
They
was that?
died at the right time. Shooting your hand out, karate chop in the fucking air.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, Keith is much more smoother on stage. He was big time in the energy. When I first came down to New York, he was actually going on stage. He was wearing, remember those plastic batting helmets? Every time I saw him, he was wearing those things, and I was looking like, why the fuck is this guy wearing those helmets? Is this like some black guy New York thing? And
My brother convinced me that was the next best thing.
and you told me that they were leather?
Yeah, it was a leather batting helmet. It was
A
supposed to-
leather batting helmet.
Some designer made it out of Philadelphia. And he said this was going to be the...
And you thought you were going to be like Eddie Griffin, where if you just
I
wore
was
the
gonna
same hat?
change. No, I was just
people
going to
gonna
change.
notice?
Everybody was liking it a little bit. I thought it would catch on.
Because I'm a voodoo child.
I thought it was going to catch on, man.
And what happened?
Nothing.
At what point did you bomb for the 9 millionth time with one of those leather hats and you just threw it
It's
into
nothing
a
worse
puddle?
than bombing in that leather hat because it's sweating. It comes down a half hour later, just your head pouring with sweat.
I miss those days, man. That was back when the Boston Comedy Club was the most evil place
It was great, though.
ever.
You didn't have people like Joe DeRosa hanging around,
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
dressing up for open mic night.
Oh, come on.
What?
You got better than that.
You right.
You do.
You're right.
You did.
do.
We were on a nice flow and you just ended it.
I know I did.
As a
But so what?
penalty, take
You
one
know
of those
what?
stripes off your sleeve.
If this
they
was
do
like
the
one of your
Army.
stand-up gigs, this would be the time it would be time to bring out like Steve Harvey. All right, you guys ready for the show? Let's keep it going. Let's bring out.
warm y'all up.
Yeah. Come on. Where you from? Where you from? All right.
I use the pickle line for all my opening shows when I open for people.
What's the pickle line?
Well, the pickle is like you ever go to the store, that's what you tell audience, because they're like, who are you? Who the fuck is this guy? You know, like they be one gig I did with Bernie Mac, they were all chanting, where's Bernie? Get the fuck off the stage. I'm like, oh,
Jesus Christ.
hold on. I'm the, you know, if you ever go to the store, you go get yourself a turkey and cheese sandwich. Now on that sandwich, they put a pickle on the side.
Now on that sandwich, you
Yeah.
can tell it's a black crowd.
Yeah, they go.
Come on,
uh-oh.
y'all.
They start hearing it. I said, you go home, you open up, there's a pickle on the side. You ain't asked for that pickle, but you eat the pickle. You enjoy that pickle. I am the pickle on the side of your sandwich.
Really?
Yes.
Must be a cultural thing because I kind of lost it.
No, it's
I
like,
thought you were going to go the route where you say, I'm the guy that brings the pickles, and if you don't listen to me, no more fucking pickles for anybody. That's what I thought you were going
give
to
me
say.
something to break something over Joe's head. No, if you go to a store.
You know, as you were telling
I
that
said it
story,
wrong.
I literally saw you flailing in front of this imaginary crowd.
No.
Now listen to me, goddammit. When you go to the store, there's a tomato. I mean a pickle. Come on, man, let me finish.
That's onions.
I like how you're doing George or Ross Perot as Keith Robinson just then. That was funny. Is that like Ross Perot?
I can't do impressions.
Billy looks like redheaded Ross Perot.
I gotta take that. I do.
Oh my God!
I'm just coming around yelling in your ear about nothing all the time. Calm down, jeez.
I'm just waiting for him to peter out.
No, I know,
did.
I know how to quit when I'm ahead.
No, but that's what it was. You get a turkey and cheese sandwich. I said it wrong, but you go get yourself a turkey and
Well,
cheese.
why don't you
sandwich.
say it right, Keith?
All right, I'm gonna say it right. You go to the
Have
store.
a little sympathy
That's
for a
what,
fucking
now, see,
listener.
That's what Joe should say on this show. Hey guys, I know y'all not here to listen to me.
No one should ever say it because it's not funny,
I'm gonna
Keith.
tell you why. It's great.
Stop pointing at me. Put your big fucking two-toned finger down.
I'm gonna tell you, no, it's like you go to the store, get yourself a turkey and cheese sandwich. They wrap that up, you take it home. You open that sandwich, there's a pickle on the side.
Hey, Joe, he's telling the story again.
I know.
There's a pickle on the side.
He just got done.
You didn't ask for that pickle.
He just got
but
done.
you enjoy the pickle.
He
You
just
don't
got
call
done
the store
telling
and
you.
curse them out. I'm the pickle on the side of your sandwich.
He just got done saying to you, why would you repeat a joke?
I wasn't. That's not a joke.
Hey,
that's something very.
Your analogy?
It's touching.
Exactly.
Oh, did you just do that? I wasn't trying to be funny. I was just trying to make a point. So
Try it one time.
So what do you got? Do you have anything to hype? Why don't you hype your room? What do you got coming up?
Well, what I have going, for New Year's Eve,
stuttering.
Billy, I'm doing this. I only get 10 grand for this gig, but whatever.
Wow, he's naming his price. What are you, Jackie Gleason?
You fucking asshole. You know how many awful zip-ups you can buy with that money? And iron-on poker decals for your fucking T-shirts?
That really looks like a bootleg
He
sweatshirt.
made that himself. He made that T-shirt himself. He printed that out and ironed it onto his
Yeah.
own fucking shirt.
You got it
didn't
out of a cereal
buy that.
box.
I don't believe that you bought that. Where'd you buy that shirt?
What else do you think they were talking about?
Where did you buy it?
Macy's, dog. I'm running from Macy's.
Don't call me dog. Where are you at on New Year's?
Where
For
am
the
I on
love
New
of God,
Year's?
talking to the mic, Keith.
I'm in Orlando,
Been in show
Florida.
business for 38 years.
I'm in Orlando, Florida.
Who are you opening for?
I'm not opening up for anybody. I'm on doing a little TV show on New Year's Eve.
What? A local
Ooh,
Orlando
ow.
show?
Huh?
What are you
A
working at
local
Disneyland?
Orlando show?
Are you
Yeah.
the new Pluto?
I'm auditioning
He's doing it.
for
God
Mickey
damn,
Mouse.
that's fucking noise. What TV show are you doing?
Well, it's for cable, Comcast. Comcast, you know about Comcast?
Yeah, do you mean the local cable channel?
Has 68 million viewership, stupid.
Is this
Yeah,
what they
you know
told
what?
you to
Guess
get?
what?
This is
You know
the
what else
lie
is?
they told him to get to go to Atlanta,
No,
Florida.
yeah,
You know what
actually
else has 68 million viewers? Bollywood. Nobody gives a fuck. Okay,
That's halfway funny,
Nobody's
Joe.
watching Bollywood. It's all
Stop
the way
stuttering.
through. Shut up. Listen to me.
That's where I'm at. I'm on New Year's
Comcast.
Eve. I'm making a lot of money. So
Mona-
what?
Mona
Where you
and
at
Rod
on
at-
New Year's Eve?
Wait a minute. I
Mona
want
and
to
Rod
prove this.
asked me to come down,
Let's
too.
go on to KeithRobinson.com.
There's
see
no
if he-
Keith Robinson.
There
There is
isn't. So you can't even prove that this gig
Go to
exists.
Comcast. Maybe
Huh?
Comcast will have it on there. Their New Year's,
And what do you
New
mean
Year's
maybe
Eve
they'll
gig.
have it on there? They're giving
I mean,
you
they're
all that
showing it
money.
on TV all the time, but whatever. Who cares if I'm on there all over and over again? It doesn't mean nothing that I'm making all this money on New Year's Eve. What does that mean? Where are you, Joe?
Is this your special? I'm taking the night off and spending it with my lady.
Who takes the night off? What comedian takes
wait.
the night off?
Wait, you're what?
I said I'm taking the
No,
night
you're
off and spending
forced
it with
to
Wait a
take
my
minute,
the
lady.
night off.
Keith, take it. We need to help him here. There's no reason to
No,
be mean.
honestly, I
There's
might
no
be at the
reason.
Cleveland Improv.
There's
I
no
might-
reason. There's no reason. Dude, they're booked by now. I've been in this business long enough
I know
to
they're
know
booked.
that
I know
they're
they're
already booked.
booked.
All right.
I know they're booked.
Wait a minute, Keith. No, I don't want to be mean to him right now. He needs help.
All right,
okay,
all
he needs
right.
help.
I don't
Keith,
need help.
Keith, I mean, Joe.
Yes.
New Year's Eve is the money night.
Bill, I know. I've worked New Year's Eve a million times.
Yeah, I know. And now you're going to spend it with. You're going to watch fireworks. Or
What
something?
happened was I fucked up and didn't put avails in anywhere until too late, and I don't have any work on New Year's.
Are you going to be in Times Square with 2008 glasses
No,
on,
no.
pretending
No,
like
but,
you want to be there?
I might do Cleveland if this other guy pulls out of it. 'Cause it doesn't
Listen to the
work.
words he's using. I'm probably,
No, why don't you
maybe.
just say you got a private party, you fucking asshole?
Because I don't feel
Are you
the
going to
need
wear
to
your
lie.
galoshes
Joe.
conversion slippers?
How do you?
Jesus, what?
I feel bad, man. How do you forget to put avails in for New Year's?
I forgot. You could ask me to come down to Florida with you. I would have been there. Would have went down. I'm going to be in Florida already. I'm going to
No,
be sitting
Joe.
there.
No, there's no money in that. They're going to give me the money. I can have anybody. No, dude, you fucking
$1,000 for that week.
Dude, one of these fucking upstate rooms. They would have given you some money.
I fucked up, and also here's one of the reasons I fucked up is because I didn't have any representation because I'd left my management, and
my God! So where are you going to go with your girl?
In the booking period of
Olive
New
Garden?
Year's, I didn't have anybody calling for making calls.
You understand we know what the problem is, Joe. No one wanted you. Just simple. What are you doing?
Because you know what happens? Because what happened? Because if I didn't have representations, I would call a bunch of bookers like yourself. And
I may have something for you.
Yeah, let me headline your room on New Year's. Let me do it.
Dude, so what? Are you going to stay home? What are you going to do?
No, I'm going to go fucking hang out with friends or hang out with my girl. And
where are you going to go?
Wow.
To a party.
Look how nervous he is. He's standing up now.
I can't believe that.
I'm sweating.
He really is. Joe, I'm not even giving you shit. I feel really bad for you, man, because I know you don't have cable and everything, and that's
she can't even watch Bringing It to New Year's on his TV.
Nothing.
He's gonna go buy a Dick Clark VHS. We'll just pretend it's 1985.
We're gonna light a sparkler and set a stopwatch, and that's gonna have to be good enough, and then that's it.
God,
wow, Joe is nervous as hell right now. Look,
I'm sweating.
There's
like
no
animal.
water in there, Joe. Put the cup down. Thank you.
He's catching the shit that's falling off his forehead.
I'm sweating like a fucking animal right now.
Well,
Joe, we have to do something about that.
Bee, stupid.
About what?
You didn't just say that.
I said, no, he just said he's sweating, blah, 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 so on and so on. So I just said, why don't you just say that?
I couldn't hear you. Well, you're fucking talking over everybody.
I got nothing. Sorry. I got nothing. I didn't have anybody to do my booking during the period. I fucked up.
How can we help him? What can we do? How can we get Joe? Joe should at least be making fucking $800-900 somewhere.
Get me the fucking feature for you in West Palm.
It's booked, dude.
And you know what's funny about
Joe? Kick him the fuck out.
Joe, it's December 22nd. Okay, it's booked.
Let me tell you what's funny about Joe.
Here's
the thing. People are still calling me and asking for avails for New Year's Eve. So it's not over, Joe.
It's not over.
Well, Keith, when I've been in the business for 40 years, I would hope that I get a few phone calls from some local Connecticut rooms.
You're not getting a call from anybody.
On New Year's.
We're trying to get you working.
Joe, you should do one of those rooms.
Oh, you were saying I should do one of those rooms. I thought you were rubbing it in my face that nobody was calling me.
That's exactly what I was doing, stupid, but I'm just saying.
Well, God damn it, I called it.
Joe, let's just make Joe admit that no one wants him. That's the first thing.
Hey, why are you going mean? You're kicking him when he's down.
No, I'm not. I want him to be honest.
Joe is in a
giving a shit that we gave back when we didn't have work. That's the same excuses we have. Well, I'm just going to hang out with my girl. Come on. We can't let him get away with that. He's just sitting there lying to guys who's been in the business.
He knows he fucked up.
I fucked up.
So he admitted it. We should try to help him.
No, Billy. This is why I'm not going to help him.
Do you think I can't hear you if you're not pointing at me?
Because you're making me mad. Because I'm trying to tell you, you're letting him get away with his bullshit lines that he's getting away with.
I'm not getting away. I said I fucked up.
You didn't fuck up. Just say nobody called me.
Keith, who is going to
say no one called me?
Who is going to call me, Keith?
Why is he so mean? He wants to say that you're the sidekick. He really doesn't like you.
The clubs in the city.
You mean Al Martin is booked up?
Keith, the clubs. I wouldn't work there for New Year's. I
don't like how you put your hands up. Al Martin.
Look, I'm not going to give up New Year's to make $100. It's like if I'm going to make some good money, I'll do it. But it's
Joe,
like, I'm not
there was no way.
For people listening to this shit, basically on New Year's, what you usually end up doing, you make double what you would have made, even if you're not famous, if you're not, because the club's charging more. It's a big night to go out, and comics clean up, man. At least in the city, if you work the city, you could make some money.
I made $1,000
in the city
doing 30 minutes. Of comedy.
You know how many months of cable that's going to be, Joe? I mean, you got to put your veils in.
I fucked up.
How did you? No.
You blew it.
You know what? If he keeps lying, I'm going to call Wayne up right now and see that he turned Joe down.
I talked to Wayne, and Wayne said to me. I thought you were somewhere else, and I wish you would have talked to me sooner because I would have put you on in a second.
All right. That's enough of his lies. I swear to God, if he lies again, I'll just
what? Start calling some bookers.
You just need to stop lying.
Give me a gig. Give me one of these gigs. You're getting phone calls.
Say, look, I tried to call, and the guys were said, we don't want you right now. We got other people to use. Just say that.
Dude, how about the Lake Ontario Playhouse? I used to do that gig back in the day. It was a good gig. You made some money. And
who is your feature in fucking Fort Lauderdale or wherever it is?
Denny Live. I'm joking. I was just trying to pick a Philly guy. I love Denny. He's fucking hilarious. fucking asshole requested me as a friend, and I hate when people I know request me as a friend. They don't have the decency to send me an email to give me the what's up.
Well, no, we're not. I'm not letting Joe off of this one. I'm sorry that Joe's going to try to bullshit his way through to comics that's been around.
Who is
and know
bullshitting?
That you're bullshitting.
I don't
You
understand.
put a veils in, John. I want you to admit I put a veils in.
I didn't put a
and
veils
I got
in.
no response.
I put them in
Wait
too
a minute.
late.
Wait. Okay, now I'm starting to feel, Keith, because why wouldn't you put a veils in for New Year's?
Because I forgot, and when I called the clubs and said, "Do you still?" Listen to me. Listen to me.
Did you forget a veils on New Year's Eve?
I think all calendars have the number one is painted differently. Like this is a special day
You
that's
got to
coming
put a
up.
veils in. You got to put a veils in September. I forgot to do it. I called.
No, you
don't. Shut up. I called clubs in late October and I said, "Are you guys booked?" And they said, "Yeah, we are all booked for New Year's already. We already have our shows booked."
Okay, A rooms are definitely going to be booked out that far, but I mean,
Everybody was booked. I
We're
didn't know
talking
what
about
to do.
city.
Where else am I going to go?
City, stupid. In the city.
That's what I'm talking about.
No, you're wrong then.
I'm not wrong.
Nobody put a veils in September.
Bill, Keith, in November, they already had their posters up for who was playing at the club.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did.
Stand Up New York
but
just
this is
put
the
their
thing,
poster
though,
up.
Joe. You've been in the city. You just told me you were overly yelling last night. I could just tell you. You've been in
Yeah,
the
I
city
know. I've been
too
in the
long.
city for a while. Yes, and
So
I forgot.
how did you miss that?
I forgot to fucking
Dude, when
do
you
it.
call up, when you call the seller, SD will say like,
Yeah,
"Okay, leave
put
your
your
veils for
veils.
New Year's Eve." Blah
yeah.
blah blah.
They
blah.
don't. Well, look, the other clubs don't do that. They don't say leave
Man,
your
he's got a
veils
lot
for
of
New Year's
excuses.
Eve. It's not excuses.
Let me ask you a question, Keith. In your
forgot to do it.
39 years being in show business, have you
Go
ever
with that.
have you ever forgot?
No. New Year's Eve is a trouble date. That's the date that you think about working the most.
Oh yeah, people have gotten divorces
Yeah, well,
to work
look,
New
I'm
Year's
upset
Eve.
that I'm not working it, but what are you going to do? I fucked
You don't
up.
seem that upset. You keep saying you
Because
fucked
what
up.
I fucked up. What are you going to do?
How did you fuck up? Huh? Would you fuck up and call? Would you left your name? That's how you fucked up?
Wow. Danny, we got to take a break coming up.
You can. If you want to keep running with it, you can
Keep running, just because. The hell's my fucking Timex watch here that I can't believe you didn't make fun of. How much more time do we have to fill up here? Obviously, be editing this out.
Yeah, probably about, at this point, I would say about 25 minutes.
25 more minutes. 25 more minutes.
brutal today.
Yeah, no, with no callers, it's fucking brutal. So why don't we take a? Well, we don't need to take a break. I keep thinking we're fucking doing this live.
All right, let's take a breather.
At least I can just throw it to break. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. To break
and that way, I could just.
All right,
edit it together.
we got to take a break here. We're gonna get to the bottom of why Joe DeRosa is not working for New Year's. And anybody who's listening out there, we got a lot of truckers. If there's a truck stop out there that you know, I'm
not.
Joe, put your plea out.
sorry.
Put your plea out.
Huh?
Put your
Please
plea.
hire me for New Year's. A week away from now.
Yeah,
Whenever
Joe
that happens.
DeRosa, MySpace.com/Joe DeRosa. If you have like a private party, if someone you know actually has a birthday and it's on New Year's Eve, the 31st, why don't you book Joe and just give him some money, okay, man? He doesn't have cable, and
I'll serve hors d'oeuvres.
yeah, it's Christmas
I'll pour
time.
the champagne before the toast.
Why would Joe lie?
I don't know. All right, you're listening to Uninformed. Bill Burr and Joe DeRosa with our special guest Keith Robinson. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa.
Oh my God! Oh, Joe!
Jesus Christ!
Joe!
It's Uninformed with Bill Burr and Joe DeRosa.
All right, we're back. Uninformed Bill Burr and Joe DeRosa with our special holiday guest, Mr. Keith Robinson. And I actually, you know what, Keith, this was supposed to be, interview with you, talking about what you got going on and shit. That's what we usually do. But until we stumbled on the fact that Joe does not have a New Year's gig, we got to, we got to, Joe, I'm serious, man. I know I break your balls, all the fucking drum and shit, but seriously, man, I want you working New Year's. So I was thinking during the break, man, what are some obscure... I mean, first of all, you got to know improvs, they're gone.
They're gone.
Okay?
But I
Funny
know-
Bones, they're gone.
Out.
Yeah.
The fucking tree houses, Dangerfield, Linda Rowe gigs, those are gone.
Gone.
Now,
Pickle Man.
what is Pickle Man?
He knows who the Pickle Man is.
Yeah.
The Pickle Man is a possibility.
Maybe Solari. Should we
Paul
call Paul
Solari
Solari
always
on the
has
air
a last-minute opening. If you can call Solari
for
in
a hot
the air,
$75?
you should call and see what the price is. Let's call Solari. You got his number?
Yeah, I got his number.
I'm going to call Paul Solari. You got a phone that we can call Paul, get Joe a gig.
All right, hold on.
Let's see if Joe can get himself a gig. I mean, this is like, I don't know, this is like a, I can't even explain. This is like being home on Oscar night if you're an A-lister. You don't even have a tuxedo. That's what it is. That's like an actor forgetting that the Oscars.
Yeah.
Oh, the Golden Globes.
But that means he's no invites. He's lost his juice.
Yeah.
That's what it is. He's going to get no
finished.
invites.
I fucked up. I really fucked up.
Stop saying you fucked up like you were in control of it.
All right, so people are just tuning in. Basically, Joe DeRosa is a stand-up comedian, and when in comedy, the big money night, when you're struggling, coming on your way up is New Year's Eve. You work, you get paid double what you normally get paid double. Everybody gets paid more because the crowd's paying double and all that type of stuff. And Joe DeRosa somehow forgot to leave avails on like his big money night. I don't know what the people listening do for a living. But I know everybody's got their big.
Because you got to do it in fucking September, and like I wasn't even thinking about it.
That's like music stores. They forget to have the big holiday music sale around
Christmas. I was just focused on the clubs I work at. Don't give you a reminder. They don't say, some of them will invite you to do it.
Whoa. You need a friendly reminder that it's New Year's Eve?
Look, in September I was concentrated on trying to find new management representation. My mind wasn't on fucking New Year's Eve. So that's why.
Can you believe that?
Well,
it's absolutely true.
Dude, the fact that he's in this situation, I mean, I can't believe it, but I can, just looking at his posture and stuff.
I dumped my representation in August, and in September and October, I was having phone meetings and planning a trip to go out to L.A. to sign with new representation.
Okay, now, I got my New Year's Eve gig maybe 6 weeks ago.
You did?
Yes.
Now, where are you working?
I'm working in Orlando, Florida.
Oh, that's right. He brought it up. Keith Robinson, Orlando, Florida, allegedly making $10,000
on AM radio.
Now,
that's really disgusting that you just threw your price out like that.
He's doing a YouTube.
Yeah, and he doesn't have a. First of all, why don't you have a website?
I don't know, man. Come on.
Why do you hate
But
yourself,
you know
Keith?
why?
You used to, didn't you?
You actually.
You know
yeah,
why? I know.
I did, but I.
Oh, what? Because you didn't want to. You didn't want to maintain it. You didn't want people trashing you.
No, it's just not my thing, man.
You're too cool to hype yourself?
Yes, I'm not a, I can't
Keith,
do that.
I got news for you. You're not too cool.
Yes, well, you may be right, but I'm just saying. But I still, with all that, without
What's
the
going
website,
on with you, Keith? Can I tell you something?
Wait a minute, let me just say this. Without my website, without anything, I still have a New Year's Eve gig.
Because you've been around for 50 fucking years.
No.
He's got a point. He's got a point.
No, but you've been
for 6.
That's new blood. They usually like new blood.
Yeah, and new blood needs to put avails in, and I forgot to do it because I was fucking worried about something else.
Why do you believe that he? So wait a minute. So if you then you forgot.
Can I tell you something? I actually think that forgetting it is worse than nobody wanted me. I think it's worse. If nobody wanted you, that hurts. But, eventually they're going to want you.
Dude, when's the last time you had to remember in September to call a club about avails without
No, dude, are you out of your mind?
In
August, I call my booker and I tell him before everything gets booked up. Okay, dude, back in the day.
What I'm saying.
No, Joe, back in the day, I made the call myself. And I'm still making the call because I make the call to my booker. Just because I don't call the club, I still go, hey, make sure you're on this before everything gets booked up. I fucked up like a couple years ago where by the time I waited just to the end of August, I ended up playing fucking Detroit. Freezing cold, freezing my fucking ass off. I said to my girl, you want to come out to Detroit for New Year's? She's like, no. So ever since then, I make sure like in the summertime, I call up and go, book me down in Florida. Look at you, you're in Orlando. Hey, I'm down in Fort Lauderdale.
That was your wake up. I made a mistake. This is my wake up.
No, but my wake up was working in a shitty place. I didn't just not get a gig.
Not get a gig. And if he didn't even work in Detroit, he would have worked in the city.
I never was in a situation like, well, maybe I'm going to go to Applebee's with my girl. You can't do that, Joe. Can't do that.
Well, what the fuck am I supposed to do? I made a mistake. I got nobody fucking covering this shit.
Right, Joe, and the reason why we're harping on this is because I like you, John. I don't want you to be in this situation again. You have to know how bad you fucked up. Sometimes you need tough love.
He's going to bring the New Year's in Howard Johnson.
Jesus, I'm really getting fucking depressed, man. I didn't think it was that big of a deal. Not working on New Year's.
No, that's the thing. You have to know, dude. That's a fucking huge deal, man. You can make twice the money.
I know guys that didn't work last year. They worked this year.
But they're the same.
Who?
Oh.
Okerson didn't work last year.
Jesus Christ, you're basing your career on Big J Okerson?
Come on, man.
Shoot higher, man. Shoot fucking higher.
I'm just saying, dude. You're telling me
Big J's hilarious, by the way.
You're telling me when you were at my level in the game, when you were 4, 5, 6 years in, and you were relatively new in the city compared to guys like you didn't have a New Year's where you didn't fucking work because all the other spots went to guys that have been around for 10 or 12 fucking
Thank
years.
you. That's all I wanted him to say. That I didn't get no spots.
Yeah.
Just say I put in, but no one wanted me.
I didn't put
Let me
in,
see.
though.
6 years in was 98. Yeah, I was working. I worked all the way through.
Look, I've worked.
You know when I didn't work, Joe? The first 2 years.
Yes.
I didn't work.
I've worked every New Year since I've been in the city.
The first 2
and
years.
made great money. I
So wait a
fucked
minute.
up on
Now,
this one.
here's how you know he's lying now. Let me tell you how he's lying. He has a history already.
I'm not lying.
He already told us his history. I worked all these years, but this is the year you forgot? Huh? You had so much on your mind.
All right,
You forgot
here
about it?
are some obscure comedy clubs that you might want to try to call. Maybe they're not booked. We got Magooby's Joke House in Baltimore.
Can we call him? Can I call him?
Here's Split a Gut, Bay City, Michigan. We got the numbers here, Joe. You got a Totally Bonkers.
Can we call him?
Wait. Maplewood, Minnesota. Jesus, you know everybody
Dude,
there
call them.
is
Call
showing
that
up.
one in Maryland and see if they'll book me and tell them it's a fucking radio. See if they'll do it. We're on a radio show.
Yeah.
We're on the air. Maybe you heard
Here's
these
one.
guys. Seriously.
Here's one. This is a nice part of the country, too. There's a place called Brew Ha Ha, Rapid City, South Dakota.
Nice.
Oh, I
Do
thought
the
that was San
Maryland
Diego.
one. Maryland
I
one
saw
is
SP. I
close
thought it
enough.
was
I can
San
take a train. I don't have to
We got to
fly
get
down
Joe
there.
booked.
We got to get Joe booked. That's the focus of this. People out there, go to
God damn it, why isn't this a
uninformedradio.com.
live episode? Fuck.
And this falls
Uninformed
into
radio.
the Christmas spirit, though. If we can get Joe, it falls right into the whole Christmas
You know what?
thing.
This is going to be. I'm going to get fuck the homeless. I'm not feeding.
Hold on,
I'm not
hold
feeding
on.
anybody.
Hold
We're
on.
getting Joe
I'm
DeRosa
going to call
a
Doug
New Year's
Signier.
gig.
Doug Signier might have gotten me the gig in Cleveland. I'm serious. I'm gonna
Joe,
call
I'm
him right
seriously.
now.
I'm going to talk to my guy, and I'm going to get you some. I got to get you something.
My
dude.
guy is your
Is there
guy.
a phone that goes over the air? Yeah, call it on the air so we can just hear, so everybody can hear Joe trying to get
Who's your
booked.
guy? You mean your agent guy, not
Yeah.
manager. All right. 917.
Well, hang on. Don't give it out.
Yeah, don't give it over the air.
Jesus
Unprofessional
Well, just bleep it
jackass.
out.
It's
In-
bad enough.
In
you
post, bleep it out. Bleep it. He bleeped it out.
just.
Oh,
Jesus Christ, Joe.
I thought you called Solari first.
He got a voicemail. He called him.
Oh,
we got a
did he?
voicemail. Solari would give me a hot $98.
That's what we want to see. That's what's
Oh,
funny
you'd
about
love
it.
it, wouldn't you?
And you know what, Joe?
cocksucker?
That's 98 more than you're making right now, dude. Oh God, Joe.
What about
Jesus
the
Christ.
emotional
You know, Joe.
things I will make that evening? And
You know what
spending
this
time
is?
with
You're
somebody I
doing the
care about?
comedy version of like when like.
Oh, would you stop? It's not that bad.
It is bad.
This is a
that
civilian. This is a civilian version of like right now we're doing like an intervention. Like Joe, you have to move out. You have to pick a career. You gotta take responsibility.
I don't know. I know guys that don't work on New Year's sometimes. I mean, it's
I
not-
know, Joe, and what are they
Really?
doing?
Who are they?
Who are
I
they?
just named one.
Give me somebody successful.
Actually, last New Year's Jay did work. It was the New Year's before that he didn't work.
Jay did work, yeah.
But the
Jay
one
works.
before, I remember
He
he
makes
told me
money,
he
and he
didn't
goes
work.
out and he gets another star tattoo on his forearm. I've seen Jay working. Don't drag Jay down,
Yeah. Joe, you're not
especially when he's not here to defend himself.
working. You know who else is not working probably? Most likely. No. You know who? Mike Vecchione is actually working on New Year's Eve.
I know,
Mike
it's there
Vecchione
in
is
New York.
probably at an athlete's foot right now, looking at a new tracksuit to wear on New Year's. No, he seems more like he's going to dress like.
Oh, he's working and you're not working.
Stupid, because I called Wayne too fucking late. Do you understand
All right,
that?
you know what it is? Here we go.
Do you understand that I
All
called Wayne
comics
too late?
listening to this, we got to put Joe's cell phone on the internet. Everybody has to call Joe so he's not lonely on New Year's Eve. We're all going to call you up just to see what course you're on
Oh, my God.
at the Cheesecake Factory.
I'll call Wayne up and confirm that you weren't too late. He just didn't want you.
He had the flyers made by the time I fucking called him.
Really?
And he goes, I thought you were working somewhere else.
So
I
he
would have
can't
loved
add
to
you on
use
there?
you.
Those flyers are etched in stone?
He's got his budget. The club has
Hey
a
Keith,
budget.
what would
on
happen
New
if
Year's.
what
You're
would
a
happen if you
comics
called?
he
What would
hired.
happen if you called Wayne right now?
I'll call Wayne right now and find out.
He'll be
what
in
the
here in a
deal
few
is.
hours for the Black Phillip show.
To who?
Patrice's show. He's coming on for Patrice's show tonight.
Oh.
Call him. I don't give a fuck. Call him. What are you gonna do? He's gonna go. I would love to book Joe, but
All right, we're gonna have to
I
move
don't wanna
on.
hurt
We're
your
gonna have to
feelings
move on.
Oh,
Joe,
eat me.
it's just
You don't want to hurt my really? Now's when you draw a line.
Hey, can you
fuck.
tell Joe to take the price tag off the bottom of his sneaker, his shoe there?
Call that club, Danny.
Supermarket bin shoes.
Danny, call that club.
You know what? Those shoes were in one of those metal racks with those big balls that kids buy. He has on Toys R Us loafers. Joe, if you just take them off the console, that trashing would end.
Hey, toys
Danny,
for tot shoes. Come on.
Danny, call that club.
What club?
The one you just went to call. What happened?
Well,
you called Doug. What
Magooby's
happened?
Laugh Vault.
What happened when you called Doug?
Voicemail.
All right, let's try this club. It's our last ditch effort. This.
You know what, dude? We'll try on this side. We'll try to get you a gig, Joe. But
It'd be fun to do this on the air and try to get the booker on the phone on the air.
Yeah, but then we got to deal with releases and all that type of shit. Whether they want, I mean, no comedy club.
All she has to do is say, he goes, you're being taped. It's a radio show. If she says yes, then
all right, fuck it. Call Mugu Guy Pans in fucking.
Here's what I'll say: if we get me booked on the air, it'll be the greatest fucking thing ever. So
okay,
get Joe.
But you know what's funny is we're gonna end up getting a gig in like South Dakota. Which, from someone who's ever flown to South Dakota, I mean, you can get a plane ticket to France for cheaper because nobody goes there.
I know.
And you're going to try to fly on New Year's.
Really depressed.
Yeah,
why don't we just look up Magoogies there and see who they got there? Go to their website.
Larry on his phone.
Go to their website.
Who?
Paul.
He called him already. He didn't pick up.
Keith, I want to get into Keith though. Let's talk to Keith a little bit more.
sir.
As he's going to look up what's going on with Magoogie.
Okay.
So we're talking during the break. Joe was saying that you're starting to drink. I never known you to be a drinker.
I'm drinking a little red wine for myself.
Oh my god.
What's that? You got it? Who's working at Magoo's?
At Magooby's Joke House on the big New Year's Eve show is Mark Unger, Seton Smith, who. Coincidentally, his credits include the Opie and Anthony radio show because he was on once.
Why do I know Mark Unger? Do I know that name?
Yeah, I know
New
both
York.
their
He's New York
names.
guys. Yeah.
And Guy Paparella.
So they're booked, Joe. Maybe you could do a guest spot.
Solari's his only gig. Call Solari again, man.
Dude,
we gotta call Solari.
they're all booked.
Solari's he'll make room for him.
I'm
Okay.
not going to Philly for $100 on New Year's.
You'll feel better about yourself.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah, you will.
No, I won't.
Let's see how much he offers first.
He's not. You know, he's not going to offer more than that.
Let's see how much he
I've
offers.
done sold out shows with him where I'm the only paid guy for $125. He's going, Joe, man, you're breaking my bank here. Sold out fucking shows. We ain't going to give up no money.
I'm telling you, call Solari. Solari would be the best one.
I won't go for a dime
At
less
least
than...
you can negotiate with Solari on it. You can negotiate.
I
with
would do it for $500. There's no fucking way he's going to do that.
You're gonna
he
do
probably
what
doesn't
for
even have a
500?
show.
What are you gonna do for 500? You'll do it for 200, $150.
Lowest I go $350. That's the absolute
He
lowest.
already from 500.
$350 on New Year's Eve is that's like working for minimum wage.
No, it's not. That's what you would get if you did two spots in the city.
That's sweatshop labor.
That's what you would get if you did two spots in the city.
Yeah, but you wouldn't just do two. You do. The
Yes,
city
you
is
would,
you
because
do
all
a bunch.
This is what I'm trying to explain to you guys.
How are you going to explain the city to us?
The two of you are so
Yeah, explain
arrogant
it.
because you
Explain
haven't
it to
done it
us.
in so long. These fucking clubs all demand now that you just do their show in the city because they don't want you being publicized at other clubs. So you can
Which
only
would
do one
indicate
club.
on some level that you're a draw, which you're not at this point. So
Bill, it's true, Bill. The clubs do not want you doing more than one.
okay, well maybe it is new. Maybe it's the new way they're
It's
doing it.
true.
But I'm just saying we've already established it. He fucked up horrifically. Whether he forgot to call or, as you say, Keith, so meanly that nobody wanted him. I'm trying to get into Keith's. I want to do an intervention before he
I'm
becomes.
drinking red wine, man. It's
You
good
get
for
a
your
little-
heart. Red wine is good
Yeah,
for the
one
heart.
glass, not downing an entire bottle.
7 glasses is not good.
You get a little tipsy on it. What do you like
Yes.
when you're tipsy?
Yeah, I want to fight.
Because
a little
usually
bit.
people become cocksuckers when they drink, but you're already there sober. So it's like, what
Keith,
happens?
please don't write the last chapter of your career that you became a wino.
Nah,
I'm just picturing you with a brown paper bag.
He's got a great wino body too.
No,
That's
I
what
drink.
He does.
I drink, and the best of the restaurants, man. 5-star restaurants, I get the best wine, and it's good.
Yeah.
Your best wine, really?
Yes.
Is it the same quality as your DVD collection?
Yes.
You know, I caught him one time. He bought What Women Want on DVD.
Oh, it's horrific.
You and Jay do that both. You buy movies before you see them, and then you just have to own the shitty movie.
Yeah, because
Who
I
buy,
had it.
you know, you buy Goodfellas, you buy classic movies you want.
But you can't buy all. When the DVDs was first popping out, I had a DVD addiction. So I would just get DVDs just to fill up a rack. When you get a rack, you don't
that's
want
what we're
empty
getting to.
rack.
We're
It's
getting
so
to
unlike
addiction
you.
here.
It's so unlike you to squander money and waste it. Head over fist. Like, I'm surprised.
Well, see, the only reason I'm afraid for Keith is I know Keith has I wouldn't say addictive, but an obsessive compulsive. Like, he started buying DVDs, and he had to buy every goddamn DVD. Like, he could literally start his own fucking video store. You could.
But you know why? Because I had a rack. I had a 500 DVD rack, and I only had 8 DVDs on it. So just the fact of saying,
why
all
did
that
you
empty
buy?
space-
Why didn't you just buy like the little 21?
Nah, but you know
Put
what?
'em on a-
Because I couldn't stand looking at that empty space, so I just started.
Why did you buy the big rack? Why don't you just buy a 100 rack? 100 DVD rack.
Then I just went out and brought 100 DVDs, and I knew I wanted
Exactly.
more than 100 DVDs.
Is this how you impress your women?
Yes,
You
they
come
like
home
that.
and do you like subtly like run your finger along the titles? Did you go by?
Nobody's impressed with DVD. You know what was a big loser in my house?
What's that?
My Miss Pac-Man game. Not one woman looks at. They don't pay it no attention.
Oh, you bought the actual video game?
Yeah, I thought it would be a big hit. They
my
don't even
friend's
pay
got
it any
that.
attention.
My buddy's got that. Scott, the one we talked to on the show today, he's got that at his house. I love it, man.
You love it, but I'm saying women, they
Do
pay
you
it
have
no
just
attention.
Miss Pac-Man, or do you have like the multiple games?
Nah,
on
just
it?
Miss Pac-Man.
Yeah, I think when women look at that, they just say, okay, here's a completely irresponsible person
Yeah.
still living out his adolescent
What did it
years.
cost you?
I thought it was going to be.
You thought women were that's how funny is that he thought that was going to
What did it
appeal to
cost
women?
you, Keith?
I thought it was going to kill.
Keith, what it cost? What it cost?
1,700. It did nothing.
1,700.
Well,
You could
when
be making that on New Year's, stupid, if you've left the veils.
$800, dude. What are you doing?
No, you couldn't.
Yes, you can. My buddy got his for 11, and it has multiple games on it.
Okay.
Wow, you got ripped off, dude. I'm sorry.
All right, I got ripped off, but you make money. It doesn't matter. Now,
No, wait a minute. Why do you
Back-
overpay for
Yeah, that was really
discontinued
not
video
smart,
games?
dude.
it's just annoyed me, though. I'm just more annoyed that not one female has paid it any attention. That's what I'm more annoyed at.
You know what? Keith he's always done well with the women, and it just amazes me that, like, someone who does so well would think that, like, one of his ways to get him in there is Miss Pac-Man. That's
I
the
thought
one that's
they
going to
would
get the
like it.
panties to hit the floor, Keith.
No, I thought.
Does anybody notice how Bill's sitting right now? Has anybody noticed how Bill is sitting right now? What are you just
I really am sitting like an asshole.
the therapist mode over there?
I am because
Just open up to us, Keith.
I'm concerned. Dude, can you at least take that fucking price tag off the bottom of your shoe?
What? I don't know what you're talking.
Well,
Take it
if
off.
you know what, if you actually had fucking ankle joints, you could turn your foot a little bit and you'd see it.
I have ankles.
Let me ask you this, Bill. What's the one
Obviously.
thing in your apartment that you
I
went
have
out and
elbows.
got?
I have.
Huh?
The one thing in your apartment that you went out and got that you like, this is what's this, you know.
Oh my God! Do you know how many stupid things I bought that I thought, like, you know, I never went like the lava lamp. What did I have? I actually had a couch that Bobby Kelly took off of the sidewalk. Okay, and I kept that. I moved to another apartment, kept it, and it was a little dingy. And I had a bedspread that I put over this green and white striped bedspread, and I thought it added warmth to the room because there was some green in the rug. And I actually had a girl, 2 days she was dating me. For some reason, she bought me like this blanket. And I thought, oh, maybe she was cold when she was sleeping over. And she actually was buying me a fucking slip cover to hang over. It was awful. I never did like the cheesy, never had the fucking bar thing.
Yeah,
I don't think
Nothing.
I ever bought anything. Like,
You know what?
thinking it's
You know what
gonna
I
be
would
great.
do. This is what I would do to fucking. If I knew I was gonna bring a girl back, I would just make sure the place was clean. I made sure it was clean. I made sure there was no overhead lighting, so they get self-conscious about their bodies or anything like that. I just made sure
That is
it was
funny.
clean and it was a sanitized place to
Dude,
do something filthy.
I keep our apartment.
No, it's yours, man. You're renting it.
Spick and span, dude. I'm a maniac with that thing.
Dude, you know how far ahead of the game you are if you just walk in and you don't have like the fucking shitty
Dude, that place
clothes
is
laying on the floor.
spotless, dude. Patty's like, "What are you cleaning for? It's clean already." I'm like, "Nah," because I'm so anal about it, and it's like I've always been that way.
Dude,
with
I gotta
my
tell you
shit.
something too. That's one of the biggest turnoffs for me for women, other than them just being a cunt, is if they're messy. A
Oh, it's
messy
disgusting.
female, because it's like, come
For
on,
some
man, you're
reason,
supposed to
messy-
help me with that part of my life.
Messy women are worse than messy guys too. They're grosser.
Oh, they are gross.
I don't know what that is. Like,
I want to to one girl's house in San Francisco. She had mice traps all over the place. It's mouse traps all over. It's just everywhere. It's just I could barely walk.
Oh my God! I got a bad one for you. We got to start wrapping up the show. Here's a real quick bad one. I hooked up with this girl, right? It's a gorgeous girl, real tall, just everything proportioned. She had like this white on white panties, bras matched, and she had a thong, right? So I fucking did my thing in the living room before I took her into the bedroom. So all her clothes were kind of in a bunch. So the next day she's going to leave, and I'm handing her all this stuff, and the white thong, she had a skid mark, dude. Dude, I'm talking clit to asshole. It was fucking horrific. And I picked it up and I just continued to pass it to her. And I don't know if she thought she just played it off real quick, hoping I didn't see it. Put it on.
What a fucking pig. That's disgusting.
Hey, man, you can always get caught on a bad day. I caught her on a bad day.
No, fuck that, man. I don't ever have skid marks in my fucking underwear. I don't care.
Well, it doesn't go all the way up to my balls. I mean, this thing was literally like
skid marks when I was 12, man. That's some nasty shit.
That really is a little kid thing. Yeah. Oh, and the fact that it was a female too, dude. I could never. And the whole. I was just awful. I was just sitting there thinking.
Females should never have skid marks.
Yeah, like I got like hepatitis. We got. How much time we got left here?
Mere minutes.
We have minutes coming up. So Keith Robinson is going to be what the Comcast gig down in
the Comcast gig.
Can people buy tickets for that?
I don't know. That's gone.
You have no idea?
No, that's sold out. It's Keith Robinson. What you expect?
You know what? I'm not. You know something? All the trashing he did at you, I don't think he has a New Year's gig.
I don't think he does either.
First of all, we know I'm gonna have a gig. Let's be real.
Who's your gig with?
But it's not $10,000. It's not in Orlando.
It's a lot.
It isn't. Well, I'm going to be at Fort Lauderdale.
Who's your gig with?
Wait, first of all, let me actually hype a fucking gig that exists and you can find on the website. I'm going to be at the Improv in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Go to BillBurr.com. Buy some tickets. Please show up. I'll be working New Year's. Now, let's get back to Keith here. You're drinking red wine. I think you're depressed because you're not working New Year's.
I'm very, I'm making a lot of money, man. I make a lot of money on all my gigs. I just did a winery
gigs that
gig.
You can't find?
Oh, it's on, go to CNN8.
CNN.com?
CNN8.com.
Two of my really good friends in comedy have no gigs on New Year's.
And I'm making good money. You'll see, they start all the promotions on. They've probably seen it already. Keith Robinson always works.
You got a MySpace page. Will you
I got
type that?
Ain't shit on there. Nothing's on there. I don't work on that stuff. That's, you know.
Plug it, stupid.
What?
Plug it.
Oh, all right. For all you folks out there, myspace.com/Keith Robinson. Come and request me as a friend, because I don't have that many.
He's so bad.
I won't talk back to you, though.
And,
I don't talk back to you.
He really is like reverse Dane Cook. Like, as great as Dane is at doing that whole hyping thing, you're just terrible at it, Keith.
I'll be at Stand Up New York the weekend of the 28th and 29th of December. Come out to that. And I think
just before they clear him out for the New Year's.
Yeah.
Oh, Joe.
And I might be down with you in January in Dallas. I don't know if that's...
No, you're on that gig. You're not on it?
I'm on it as long as it all makes sense. You know what I mean?
Okay.
All right.
What do you mean?
I'm on it. You know, like I'm on it.
They got to give him the right amount of money. You know what he's saying.
What's the right amount of money? $450?
Jesus Christ. The holidays. You haven't been hearing the music?
Really is just mean.
All right, listen. Look, hey, Joe. Don't go into a depressive funk about this. Just don't do it again, man. You got to work fucking New Year's, and I'm not bullshitting, dude. I'm not being an asshole. I really feel bad you're not fucking working. I'll try to call somebody. I'm trying to think of people I know. Phil Berliner, maybe he's still booking.
Well, I'll call my manager on Monday and say, look, I fucked up. Is there anything you can get me on? And
he's got to be able to get you on something.
Yeah.
There's got to be an opening gig. So there's got to be something somewhere.
Got to be something. I'm betting he's going to be working Fresno.
I'll host at Dave and Buster's.
Nah, he'll
Dayton,
be,
Ohio.
He's going to be at Bethlehem, PA.
I'll go to Bethlehem.
Yeah.
Allentown or
yeah,
Bethlehem.
You know, you're right, because he can't travel.
Ground.
He definitely can't travel.
That's
all right. If anybody's in the tri-state area and maybe they're having a baby shower,
Get in touch with me at myspace.com/Joe DeRosa or Joseph_DeRosa at Yahoo.
Yeah, and thanks to everybody who came out of Caroline's and saw Joe. This is going to be airing on the 22nd. You already saw Joe. It's hilarious. So if you got some sort of New Year's gig, for the love of God, get him one. We'll be back again in January. Uninformed Bill Burr, Joe DeRosa. I want to thank our great guest, the happy and always lovable Keith Robinson. Danny, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to everybody.
This Christmas, hang all the mistletoes. That's the whole Christmas song. Oh, y'all funny as hell.
Saturday Night Virus. All right, well, that sucked. Do
hear the Opie and Anthony Show 5 days a week live on satellite radio, online on your phone or tablet, or even on demand, go to SiriusXM.com. Also, interact with the Opie and Anthony Show on Twitter, @Opie Radio, @Anthony Cumia, and @Jim Norton.